going to town on himself under a blanket.
And that's how we start the stream.
These
Hello,
events,
Internet.
hello.
Well, we're talking about jerking off on airplanes today.
Apparently, it's more common than I would have thought.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
All right, so let's see. These events aren't isolated. In July of last year, a social media manager organized a boycott of American Airlines after suffering a horrifying flight next to a masturbating passenger. Huh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I don't like this.
I don't think I want to go on a plane again.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You telling me some dude just might start jerking off in the middle of the flight? Like,
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you know.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome back to Gnomes, Cannibalism, and Politics.
I don't know if this counts as any of those.
No, but
it is the kind of thing we would talk about.
It's true.
It's pretty
It's
normal.
not off-brand for us.
That's one.
That's just like,
Why
though?
I don't know, man. Some people are fucking just crazy.
Yeah. Southwest passenger.
Hey, Jai, how you doing? Talking about people jerking off on airplanes. Welcome in.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, good. You know.
Apparently, it's a global pandemic. This is another kind of pandemic.
Yep. You put a mask on.
Yeah.
Put a mask on your dick.
Yeah, but dick covers now. I mean, I would think those would just be pants, but apparently we need more.
How long was this flight that this dude had time to do it 4 times?
4 times? I don't know. Southwest passenger allegedly masturbates in front
Yeah,
of
what's the kind of stamina we're talking
about? Seattle to Phoenix, that's a pretty short flight.
Damn, so this guy was just
like a 3-hour flight or something?
Man, he must have shed like 3 or 4 layers of skin off that thing.
Tell cops he didn't do anything wrong, and actually, it was kind of kinky.
Fuck.
What? I didn't do anything wrong. What?
Antonio Sherrod McGarity was sitting next to the horrified woman. And exposed.
It wasn't me. Everybody's dick is bleeding.
Ew.
What?
This is a much more detailed story than the one I read.
Well, we don't have to get into every detail on the stream.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of it. Gross.
Only tell us the funny parts. Or at least the most bewildering
She was falling asleep afterward.
Well, I mean, that's what you do.
Garrity, who allegedly used both his left and right hands to pleasure himself for
he had kind of a stranger thing going on?
an hour before he finally fell asleep.
So did he jerk off 4 times in an hour?
I guess.
And then he just slept for the other 3?
I think so.
Yeah. Huh. He's on the no-fly list, at least.
I feel like that's a very good decision.
I mean, he should be in fucking prison for that.
Last year, a Southwest pilot was arrested
What?
for allegedly exposing his genitals during a flight from Philadelphia to Orlando.
Was he jerking off while flying the plane?
I want to see a breakdown of how many of these instances happen on north-south flights.
Yeah, what companies the most frequent?
No, I just mean the one was from Seattle to Phoenix, and the other one was from Philly to Orlando. I mean,
I bet it happens.
flights?
I bet it happens a lot depending on what company you're flying with too.
That's probably
Yeah, you probably get more of them on Spirit.
yeah, Southwest.
Spirit Airlines. People have a lot of spirit. So a lot of spirit.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I hope that never happens to me on a plane.
I hope it never happens to anybody, but apparently that's too late for that.
We already saw several instances, apparently. And apparently it's just a category of pornography, because I thought I'd come up with a news story, but instead got 1,000 Pornhub links.
Is that like these guys are doing it, or are they like doing it for the porn thing, or
Well,
that's like their particular fetish?
I didn't watch the video. I don't really want to.
I mean, did the article say if he was filming himself, or
No,
Okay.
it said that he wasn't filming himself. Apparently the woman took pictures of him when he was sleeping, though.
Okay, I assume that's for the police.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to have evidence for, just to be like, hey, you're never going to guess what happened to me today.
Where were the flight attendants and shit?
I don't know. I mean, what are you really?
They were busy jerking off, Ulysses.
I mean, like, if you're a flight attendant, what are you gonna do? Like, flight attendants have a hard job.
Don't they have like fucking airline like air marshals and shit on these planes now?
Air marshals are like random, like they're
It's
not
all-
like
yeah.
specifically assigned. They're not on every flight. It's just you don't know if there's going to be an air marshal.
I'm telling you, man, these fucking like airplane masturbators, they're gonna cause another fucking like terrorism. At
Air marshals work in the same way as the Undercover Boss TV show. You never know when they're going to be there.
That's true.
Like some dude's gonna be sitting there. He's gonna smuggle like a box cutters or something on the plane. He's gonna be like, oh, I can't do with it. I mean, I have kids and all that. I don't think I can do this. And some dude's just gonna be jerking off. He's just gonna be like, this stain on my pants is a sign from God.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh, damn. Do I see Jesus in that?
I thought you were saying like the terrorists would be sitting there like just like I can't do this. I got a family, and then you just look over and see some
that's
guy.
what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see some guy masturbating, and be like, the degeneracy of the West must end.
Yeah, I'm starting to maybe agree with you.
Jesus fucking Christ, people, man.
They get up to weird stuff.
People.
Oh, I
get
learned
up to
some new
very
stuff
weird
about
stuff.
ancient Greece, Ulysses.
Oh yeah, good
Oh
shit.
yeah, this. Well, I
Not
mean,
good shit.
So-
it's weird.
Okay.
I was learning a little bit about
You don't have to show me every
like
individual
what was
one.
considered masculine and feminine in ancient Greece.
Yeah, they had a pretty different idea of that.
Yeah.
Very.
The rules. So being cuckolded was considered to be extremely effeminate, like very embarrassing.
Well, that's not that different from here.
Yeah, for sure. But so the law was if you caught somebody having sex with your wife, like you caught them in bed together, you could murder that guy right on the spot. If
Perfectly legal.
It sounds like
perfectly
a
legal.
lot of cultures about that.
If you found out later, you could not murder them.
Oh, okay.
But
You had to catch
could-
him in the act.
Yeah, you had to catch him in the act if you were going to kill him. Otherwise, you could negotiate on a hefty fine that he would have to pay you for sleeping with your wife. Or you could sodomize him with a large turnip.
Why a turnip?
I don't just because of what an uncomfortable shape it would be to have done that to your ass.
Like, this was based on some like spiritual thing. Was like there a story of how like Zeus once used the turnip to punish like I don't know.
I think it comes down to the fact that like turnips are kind of almost light bulb shaped, I guess, and just be such an unpleasant thing to have shoved up your ass.
Yeah, well, there are dudes who've tried to shove light bulbs up their asses, so I don't know.
It doesn't go
dudes
well
have
for
shoved
them either,
everything.
so-
Dudes have shoved everything.
Dudes have shoved Buzz Lightyear up there.
And then the wings expanded and he couldn't get it back.
That's so good.
Can you imagine that? Just like have Buzz Lightyear halfway up your ass.
So
And
you
it's
see
like,
the
to
click.
infinity!
Beyond!
It's like, fuck.
I think it would be especially embarrassing if they were when the doctors were trying to take it out. They kept making that laser beam noise.
There's a snake in my ass. People need to be careful about putting stuff in their butt.
Well, they make stuff that you can put in your butt safely.
Yeah.
Why don't they? I don't understand why people can't just put stuff that's meant to go in their butt in their butt.
I guess because they just see an object and they just think, oh, you know,
It's always the like.
Are they too embarrassed to go to the?
I fell in the shower and it's somehow amazingly like.
I fell in the shower and Buzz Lightyear went up my ass. That's way more suspicious than saying I put Buzz Lightyear in my
I was
ass.
having Toy Story bath time. Yes, I am a grown man.
Here, Alex, you want to wander around for a brief second?
Yeah, I can do that.
Hi.
I'm minimally talented.
Minimally
Yeah, you know how to move in a video game. You don't want to brag too much about that for those any of our viewers who may not be able to do so.
Oh,
have-
I love you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, no, I don't love you anymore. Why are they pumpkin spice?
Pumpkin spice is what they had. I mean, they didn't have non-pumpkin spice ones. They're they're
You know
expired.
what? White girls in California can go fuck themselves.
I mean, pumpkin spice is kind of good.
I like pumpkin spice.
Not that great.
It's like
Very
nut.
overrated taste.
It is overrated, but it's kind of nutmeggy and fun. Like, you guys don't like nutmeg?
Yeah, nutmeg is like an underrated spice.
Yeah, it's like the poor man's cinnamon, dude.
Yeah.
It's boring. Is it cheaper than cinnamon?
I don't know. It just
Didn't you
doesn't
name
taste
your cat
as
after
good
nutmeg?
as cinnamon.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste as good as cinnamon. I don't know, but it also tastes fine.
But they go pretty good together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what pumpkin spice is? Like a hodgepodge of a bunch of spices.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Not
there's
really one.
I think there's like cloves and nutmeg and whatever the fuck allspice is, even though there's not
all the spices.
it's not all the spices.
Yes, it is.
There's no
It's
cayenne
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, it's got ghost pepper. Whatever that shit is they use in like food in like Yunnan province. You ever tried some of that spicy ass shit they got?
Like Huna, I've definitely eaten like Sichuan food. That shit's pretty intense with all the
Yeah, that shit is
all
nuts.
the chili oil.
They go crazy.
It's not
with
just
that stuff.
it's not just that it's spicy. Like I mean, it's not the spiciest food in the world. It is pretty spicy, but it's so oily that you're like guaranteed to have flaming diarrhea.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not even the spice; it's all the oil that gets you. It is some of my favorite food.
Yeah, we tried some China,
Oh sure. Yeah.
and man, that shit was hot.
Yeah.
That was kind of hard to finish because they put so much shit in
The
it.
thing that I have trouble eating, the really spicy style, is like hot pot, because you're just eating so much of it.
Oh yeah.
Like you're just boiling everything in basically straight chili oil.
But like, if you do a good hot pot, though, I feel like you should have, some ingredients with you that will naturally kind of, tamp down the flavor a lot, the spiciness of it.
Yeah, you think so.
Oh shit, Alex, you dying? You got if you press hold triangle to use the food item.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Now you're less dead.
Less dead's all I have.
I mean, what can you ask for? But every day you're more dead, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true.
Hey, it's Afternoon Tune.
Afternoon Tune! What's up? We finally murdered Sage and Ulysses ate his corpse.
Yep.
So, welcome.
Well, I didn't eat all the corpse. We fed quite a bit of it to his various animals.
Oh, that's true. He's got 4 animals in here.
Yeah, he's gonna build up as many dogs as he has cats.
The problem is he's trying to build his own little Noah's Ark, but he has 1 male dog and 3 female cats. So I don't think he knows how reproduction
I think he'll get 2 more male dogs. Well, maybe he's gonna.
That's why the entire chat has to convince him we need 2 boy cats next.
Can't even.
You heard her, Cat.
Can't even just settle with 1 more. It has to be 2 more.
Cats with balls.
2 more cats,
Some cats
both
with
male.
balls.
I assume they're both going to be gray tabbies.
No! Russian blues. Russian blues.
Those cats are banned.
Those cats are canceled.
They're evil.
Those are Ukrainian blues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ukrainian blues.
Russian blue cats are literally Putin's dogs.
Hi. This is really cute.
It's like how apparently in Poland they have these dumplings that have always been called Russian dumplings.
Okay.
And now there's just been like people
You
have
guys talking about
literally
Russian
been
dumps?
no Russian dumplings, but people in Poland have been harassing restaurants to change the name of them to Ukrainian
It's
dumplings.
nice to know that the Poles are as dumb as we are.
Well, I mean they have a reputation for it.
What, being dumb?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You've never heard a dumb Polak joke before?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh.
I thought they had the bad teeth.
No. Well, that's the
The
truth.
stereotype
Yeah.
is
That's
the
the
British, but the
truth.
Polish actually do it.
Yeah.
Right. The
The
stereotype
truth-
is that British people have bad teeth, but in reality, Polish people have bad teeth.
Yeah, and then the
The
stereotype
stereotype-
is that Polish people are
What?
dumb.
They both have bad teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But the stereotype...
fair
British
enough.
teeth are better than Polish teeth, so it's not fair to
Well,
condemn the
British,
British.
the British don't believe in cosmetic dentistry. So their teeth are actually
I don't think
fairly
they believe in
healthy.
cosmetics.
They just don't care about making them not look awful. But no, the stereotype is that Poles are dumb and the British people have bad teeth. But actually, the Poles have the worst teeth in Europe, and the British are the dumbest people in Europe.
I'm really not surprised that the British are that fucking dumb.
What was it, like 40% of them thought Sherlock Holmes was a real person?
And that Winston Churchill wasn't. Yeah. No, that was it was literally like a 33% of people polled.
Well, I'm sure there's heavy overlap between the two groups.
Oh yeah, no, that's because it was like the same amount.
Yeah.
It was the same amount of people.
Not that Americans thought, of course.
Well, I mean, like something like 25% of Americans don't even know that there are 3 branches of government.
Including some of our elected officials.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I've heard like man on the street interviews where they ask questions like that, like what are the 3 branches of government, and they'll be like,
Juicy fruit,
the executive, the president, and the army. Like, oh god, dude.
Did someone pop in the chat that I missed there?
No,
Afternoon
here.
tune popping.
Oh, hey, afternoon, dude. How you doing?
Yeah, Sage was ignoring you deliberately.
I wasn't here.
It's because you heard the afternoon tune was coming in. You're like, oh, I'm gonna.
That's
I'm
not
here.
true. I like afternoon tune. Trying to besmirch my name.
I want to make.
I have not been to Poland.
No.
Nah, I'm just making assumptions.
That's what we do. We're Americans.
Yeah, so it's our whole thing.
Just base my entire worldview on random Poland mostly.
Yeah.
I haven't been to London. I've been to Dublin,
I've seen,
but I didn't
London,
make it over to Britain.
I've seen London in enough TV shows and movies that I can say I've been there.
Is that how that works?
That's how that works.
Ooh.
You got something here. Look at that.
Like a Orthodox patriarch or something.
I think it's this woman.
Is it?
Big based on the hair. What are you guys playing after you beat this?
The next thing we'll be doing is going back and doing the Returnal expansion that got released at the end of March. Which I
that's
have
gonna
been,
be pretty cool.
yeah, I'm very excited to go back to that. Because there's supposed to be like a legit new story in it. But then we also are going to do... well, I mean, we always have a couple different things going at any one time, because me and Tim are going to start doing Death's Door on Wednesdays.
That looks pretty sweet.
What's up?
That's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
time.
Oh, really?
And then Thursdays, I never even know what Tim and Corbin are going to be playing, so...
You should make an expansion to Death's Door called Death's Door Dash.
Death's Door Dash. That's just doing that job.
Yeah, what would so?
What would
like
you add to it to
you're,
make it
like,
worse?
They're like delivering. Oh, Death's DoorDash, but instead of delivering food, you drive a hearse and you deliver corpses.
There you go.
Necrophiliacs?
Oh, I was going to say the funeral homes.
I don't know why you went there, Sage.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Who's ordering them?
What?
Why would someone? Isn't DoorDash is something that it's an ordering service? So who's
Well,
ordering
in the
corpses?
1800s, people used to dig up and buy corpses, and because they want to do like medical experiments and stuff on them.
All right.
Yeah, like Frankenstein.
Yeah, you saw the Frankenstein.
So is that who you're delivering to? Is just like weird experiment? All right.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Those weird people in Portland who wanted to watch a guy get dissected at dinner.
That's also what they did in Victorian England.
Yeah. Or they put leeches up your butt sometimes.
Or they snorted mummies like cocaine.
That's also true.
Or they put.
They
blew smoke up your ass.
Yeah.
That's the thing they really did.
Or you grind mummies into paint.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do with a mummy.
Yeah, they're very versatile creatures.
I don't know if I'd call them creatures.
They were people.
Yeah.
They're not anymore.
They're also not alive.
Now they're Sherwin-Williams.
I think we should bring mummification back so that we can get all these wonderful uses on mummies again. Like,
why not, man? It's only practical.
Like, I feel like the art world has been suffering from a dearth of mummy brown for like decades now.
I feel like mummification is a good word for when like a British dad transitions.
You'd rather be a mummy, vampire, or a werewolf. I
I feel like like a werewolf isn't a bad trade-off. You get to be a normal person most of the time.
But you don't have control over your wolf self, right?
Yeah, but like you're a vampire, like you're never gonna see the sun again.
Well, for some people, they're alright with it.
I like a cat nap in the sun. I'd be a vampire. I'd be like, oh, I never even get to like nap in a window ever again.
Is that what you would do as a werewolf? Go just find a warm spot in the sun?
Are you sure
Oh,
you
I
would
do
a
that.
meerkat?
I do that now. I just sit. I just lay on the couch because the sun comes right through my patio window.
So you're just a cat.
Yeah, so that's what you. That's what it really is.
What kind of mummy are we talking? Are we talking like Incan mummies, Egyptian
Or like
mummies?
Brendan Fraser's mummy. Because the
Chinese
Brendan
one
Fraser
or the-
mummy. No, the first one.
Oh, okay.
Because like if it's that mummy, you've got some serious fucking goddamn world-ending superpowers.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
I guess we
just
could also
feel like-
qualify what kind of vampire.
I just feel like you could live a.
Twilight vampire, Dracula vampire.
Well, fuck that if it's a Twilight vampire.
You could
But you
live
get
a
to sparkle.
mostly normal life.
People could use
as
you as a
werewolf.
nightlight. No, I don't know. Every 2 weeks, you got to run around as a wolf
Once
all
a
night.
month, dude.
And rice
Full moon.
vampire.
Oh my god. Full moon only comes once a month.
So they only do it once a month?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like 2 or 3 nights once a month.
Yeah, it kind of stretches over.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. It's like joining the National Guard. Like, I mean,
National Guard of werewolves.
yeah.
Oh, now that's a good idea.
That's
Now,
what
that
I
would be a good defense.
I would just tell my wife I'm in the Guard, and then once a month, like I'd just be like, all right, it's Guard weekend, and I'd go eat people in the next state or something.
I mean, that's not a bad plan for how to handle that.
Do you think people taste better if you're a werewolf or if you're like a human cannibal?
Don't dogs have like fucked up sense of taste?
Do they?
I don't know.
I mean,
They have different sets of taste.
Yeah,
in
different
terms
sense
of
of
what
taste, I don't
people like, they have a fucked up sense of taste. But
Yeah,
then couldn't
right.
you say the reverse?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. But then you have to imagine like I don't know what
I
are
mean, dogs
what are the-
like to snack on their own
Yeah,
balls.
let me see what kind of flavors a dog.
Hey, they still got
taste.
better sense of taste than rabbits do.
Yeah, because they eat their own shit.
Exactly.
A lot of animals do in the wild, like deer do that too.
A lot of
See,
herbivores.
Second harvest, bro.
How many taste buds do dogs have? For starters, the dog's ability to test
No name
flavors
woman,
on
thank you
the
so much
tongue.
for the follow. I appreciate that. What animal would I be? Or what would we?
Sage would be a cat, so he could fit
Dogs?
into the multitudes.
Dogs,
God damn it.
Dogs only have 1,700 taste buds. Humans have around 9,000. So their sense of taste is also just
Basic.
dulled compared to ours.
Okay.
It's not as,
Interesting. Okay.
what kind of animal would I be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
That's
often
a good
say that
question.
gnomes aren't people, so would that count?
I wouldn't be a gnome. I mean,
A kangaroo would be like my only chance at being a boxer.
kangaroo would be legit. Chameleon is good. Like, then if somebody I knew walked by, I could just like,
Avoid them.
yeah, I could just like blend in with a wall. I'd be like, oh shit, it's Frank.
But what if you're socializing with other chameleons and they can see through your disguise? Do you think that ever happens to chameleons? Like,
Can
He's
chameleons?
like, oh, he fucking saw me. Oh,
Can't-
God, I hate this guy.
Can't
Oh,
do
God,
it.
just pretend I'm not here, man.
It's like nice try blending in with that tree, Mike, but your green's a little off.
Yeah, this isn't going to save you from a subpoena, George.
I don't know. Can chameleons see each other even when they're camouflaged? Do they smell each other? Or, like, have some way to identify each other?
I actually don't know. I just feel like if any animal is more likely to be able to see through the disguise. it would be
Yeah,
another
definitely be a
chameleon.
chameleon for sure. Or something with like heat vision.
Yeah. I guess being a squid would be alright. Apart from the not
Squid.
living very long thing.
Octopus seems kind of cool. Like they got a totally different kind of intelligence. It's
Yeah.
kind of impressive.
Well, unless you're talking about those squid that are, like, immortal.
Immortal squids?
There's
What?
immortal squid.
Or, no, sorry,
That was
the
jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, I remembered that wrong.
Colossal squids might live considerably longer than regular squids. Can I be the blue cars
from
from
Avatar.
Are there blue cars?
But I think you probably meant cats.
Oh.
Oh, those
Yeah.
things.
I mean,
Do you count them
I
as
don't know.
animals or as people?
You mean
Because, they have
Smurfs?
I mean, they're
civilization.
alien. They're aliens.
Yeah.
They are Smurfs.
Are they?
I'll hear nothing else.
Sage is right, yeah. So are Smurfs people or animals?
I don't know.
Well, they're food,
They're
according
like
to Gargamel.
ants. No, Smurfs are like ants. Because they only have one female in like the entire colony.
But they're intelligent, right?
I mean, some.
God, you're calling ants stupid?
I mean, ants aren't on the same level as people.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, some of those Smurfs are pretty stupid.
I'd say the vast majority of them are pretty stupid.
Well, they're single.
He's supposed to
They're single facet personalities. Like they only have one. That's true.
Depends on which people and which ants, but yes.
Those ants that explode.
Like I would say that there are animals with more complex personalities than Smurfs.
Yes.
Like if you're a handy Smurf, like what else do you have going on? Like,
Hey, he probably gets a lot of tail.
why?
Because he's the only one fixing shit.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Or wait,
maybe.
what do you mean by handy Smurf?
Yeah, I was about to say,
I was thinking he like
No,
he's a
handy
carpenter.
Smurf is like the carpenter.
Okay, so I was right. Get your mind out of the gutter, you listen.
So do you
His
think?
name isn't hand jobs.
So do you think that the Smurfs have like? Do you think they're like Starship Troopers bugs? Like they have like a brain Smurf that just like has all.
There is a brainy Smurf.
intelligence?
Yeah, there's brainy Smurf.
Oh shit, they are like Starship Troopers bugs. Send in the Marines.
Now that would be a fun parody. The Marines gunning down a swarm of
at that point,
Smurfs.
like I'm saying, like Smurfs
They are
have,
like insects.
have a lot more insectoid kind of like
At least behaviors.
characteristics than human ones.
Yeah.
Like yes, they have speech, but like. And they wear clothes, but I mean, what else like makes them human?
Humanoid shape.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, they walk upright.
Yeah, they could be like some kind of like troglodyte type human, you know.
Oh man. What about,
They are also gnome adjacent too.
they are no, but yeah, how do you feel about Smurfs?
I've never been a huge fan of Smurfs.
Do you
No, I definitely don't.
do you have vitriol for them?
I don't. I mean, I can only reserve
hate
like
them.
my purest hatred for true, like textbook gnomes.
Textbook gnomes.
But I have no love for Smurfs.
Do you have a textbook on gnomes?
I don't.
No.
Do you have like an extensive library of gnome?
Well, he's
books
definitely
and
got the Nova Sutra.
paraphernalia?
No, not actually. Mostly I find libraries that have a lot of
And burn them
literature.
down.
You sneak
Yeah,
into
and-
the library
and
and,
then-
find like a book about
Yeah,
gnomes.
and then it gets kind of like Nuremberg outside, where we just start like pushing all the books into a pile in the middle of the street.
So do you have like a Vatican library of like gnome books?
Yeah, you kept them for yourself and
hidden-
told everyone
all
you
the,
got rid
all
of
the
them.
hidden gnomelage. Like,
Yeah.
You basically burned down the gnome library of Alexandria.
Oh no! Oh, what a loss for future generations.
Hey man, they might have known how to make batteries.
I doubt it. You ever seen anything sophisticated? Like, I mean, like coming from gnome society, they're like.
I don't know. They got like
Every time
mushroom
I see-
houses.
If you'd stop
Every time-
burning their villages down, maybe we
I,
would.
every time I see a gnome, it's like, oh, are we getting in a boat? No, it's just like a leaf in the water, like sit in, or like it's like, oh, should we take the car to work? And it's like, no, we'll ride a fox. Like,
Without internet and phones in a Smurf world, you'd be more connected to nature, right?
yeah.
But then he wouldn't have. Any
I don't
gnome
know, man.
power.
I mean,
True.
like,
Couldn't look
like
up your gnome porn
Alaska.
online.
Alaska has better male to female ratios than the Smurf town, dude. Like, I mean, like, it's like what?
Do you think the Smurfs live in Alaska?
Based on the
It doesn't look cold
based
there,
on the
man.
D to P ratio, dude. Like,
The Dita. I don't know, man. It doesn't look cold where the Smurfs are from.
I don't know. I mean, look at that freak Gargamel, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. He's like a poster child for scoliosis. Somebody gotta call UNICEF or something. Like,
You know, what did Gargamel ever do to you?
Yeah, I thought he was eating the Smurfs that you hated.
Oh, I am looking forward to Gotham Knights. I think that game looks pretty
that
cool.
looks pretty sweet. Oh, I watched Batman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
HBO Max. It's great, dude.
Yeah, you liked it?
It was very good, yeah.
Nice.
Definitely didn't think it was better than The Dark Knight. But
Oh, God, no. I don't think The Dark Knight's ever going to get topped.
But I do think
Ever.
it was better than Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises. But,
You know, there is a little bit of me that kind of still likes Batman Begins a little more.
okay.
But it would be kind of spoilery to talk about why. So I won't do it on the stream.
Sure.
Come on, Sage. You got to ruin the experience for everybody.
I thought
Do it. Ruin it for everyone.
I thought they did a good job taking it in a direction that the comics have done many times, but I've never seen them really fully embrace in a Batman movie.
In the movies.
Or something.
I do think it was closest to the comics in a lot of in very particular respects, such as like how gothic the city actually looks,
Right.
without being a cartoon like the Tim Burton version.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely some things that they nail that I don't think they have before. But then there's like I'll just say that there's a character in the movie who is like, it's kind of meant to be like a surprise that they're behind a bunch of things. And if you know Batman, it's the character who's always behind a bunch of things, and it's like, that's like the least surprising surprise that you could have possibly put in this movie.
Hey, now everybody knows Batman, right?
No, but it's been done in even other movies before, not just the comics. So,
Right.
Well, what if you've never seen a movie before?
well, okay, maybe it works for some people. Deadly Shadow.
But Robert Pattinson was a good Batman.
Oh yeah, I thought he was
Sure.
great. He's a great casting choice.
Yeah, and then not just like you said, obviously, like there were things about the comics, but there were also just like stylistic and narrative choices that I hadn't seen made in a Batman movie before, which I thought at least kept it interesting for a character that's been having a movie come out, pretty regularly for like 2 decades.
I mean, shit, we've never gotten a fucking break.
Yeah.
I mean, because if it's not a movie, it's Batman the animated series, or
it's like 4 decades now, huh? Since
Yeah.
the 80s.
well, but yeah, Batman
Since the
'89.
original Batman.
I mean, then you count the, kind of Justice League BVS type
Right,
stuff,
yeah.
and then each Batman reboot individually, plus the fact that we never go more than a couple of years without a Batman animated series being
Right.
on television.
You-
The Batman comics never end. We've had the Arkham game
Batman
franchise.
video game.
Well, I mean, Batman is like the most mainstream superhero.
You've even
Oh yeah,
had
back in the
even
day
had
when you got
several-
shoved in lockers for liking superheroes, he was like the one that was okay to like.
And then you've even had a couple movies based on Batman characters that don't even have Batman in it.
That's true, like
Joker, Catwoman.
Halle Berry's Catwoman. I was going to bring that
What's
up.
that movie?
I mean, that's a terrible
Shut the
movie.
fuck up.
It's a terrible movie, but it is a movie
Sage does
based
like it.
on
No, I do
a
goddamn
Batman
not.
character that has no Batman in it.
Well, it doesn't even have Catwoman in it though.
Yeah.
It's got Halle Berry.
Well, it has Constance, whatever her name is. There's no Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
Constance Wu.
Not Constance Wu.
Not even close to that.
Not at all. In that movie, she gets her powers because a cat coughs in her mouth.
Yep.
Wasn't that the one where the cats all gather around her?
I mean, that happens two times.
That happened in Batman
Returns.
too.
Well, so in
Michelle
Batman
Pfeiffer.
Returns, Tim Burton had this weird idea to make her have like cat powers. Like she dies and then
Yeah.
gets swarmed by cats, and then she
And
got cat powers.
The cats like lick her wounds, and then she comes back to life.
Yeah,
with cat powers.
but here's the thing: in the Tim Burton movies, as weird of a decision as that is, the rest of the movie only lightly references the fact that that's part of the movie,
Right.
and her personality generally fits in with what Catwoman is supposed to act like. Then the Halle Berry movie got made, and they said, let's take that part and make it the whole movie.
And
It is stupid. It is stupid.
Although I think Catwoman's the only villain in the 2 Tim Burton movies that has like powers.
What about Penguin? He's got an army of penguins that follow him for some reason.
Yeah, they got rockets on their
Yeah,
back.
they got robot paint, but he doesn't have
They give him a
powers.
funeral when he's dead.
Yeah, but he
he's the
doesn't.
power of a funeral, man.
He's like Ice King from Adventure Time.
Okay, well, but he does. He's not magical.
No,
I
he's
think
Like
not.
that, he doesn't have power.
Are we sure he doesn't have some sort of ability to commune with penguins? Is that-
You guys know about the Penguin comic that Danny DeVito?
He's
he's just deformed.
horribly deformed, like birth defects. And
He's
stuff
Danny
like that,
DeVito.
but it's not. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But those
You know-
those movies are so cartoonish that it's really not that weird to have the whole cat power thing.
Right.
And
You
as long as
know
it's not
that-
so heavily emphasized.
you know though about about the comic book that the Penguin comic book that Danny DeVito wrote, right?
Didn't he like
Wrote a comic?
Yeah, starring his own version of the Penguin. The plot is that Penguin is trying to cure COVID and Batman's trying to stop him, and then Penguin fucks the shit out of him because he cured COVID.
Actually
yes.
fucks him?
he
Yes.
fucks Batman?
No. Penguin is trying to cure COVID. Batman wants to stop the COVID from being cured for some reason. And because Penguin cures COVID, Catwoman just fucks the shit out of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck Penguin?
Yeah. He just like gets the girl.
I mean, that sounds like something Danny DeVito would say.
Why would Batman not want COVID to be cured?
I have no idea, but that's what Danny DeVito's story idea.
He says Batman's rich and he wants the COVID, contaminating the hopeless man.
Okay.
Maybe COVID is killing criminals in Gotham.
Yeah, so he doesn't have enough to do.
And Batman's like, he's like, I'm not going to kill criminals, but if COVID does, it's not a big deal.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think, but like, guy, he's fucking killed people in like every goddamn movie, basically.
He does just gun people down in the street in Batman.
Well, he doesn't even just gun them down in the street. He puts dynamite on their directly on their skin, and then smiles as he drives away while they explode.
Yep.
Like that's one of the weirdest kind of.
I don't know if I'd call that heroic exactly.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't either. But that's one of the weirdest things about some Batman fans, because a lot of it, like, I didn't like Batman versus Superman or Justice League. I don't care for that interpretation of Batman either, right? But the biggest complaint was how he killed people, right? And a lot of the people that I talked to that had that complaint, their favorite Batman is the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton Batman.
Well,
Who murders more people and
Right.
looks happy about it. Because at least when the Ben Affleck Batman did it, he didn't look like he was pleased with himself. Like, actively, like, oh, would you see what I fucking did? Well, and not even just in Batman Returns, even in the first one, there's that scene where the Batmobile's on like autopilot and it goes into the factory and all the criminals are like trying to like kick it and break it and stuff, and he just like sets off like a bomb, and kills like all of those like random goons alongside all the people in the factory that they were next to. Like massive, like who knows how many workers were in there.
Good point.
Not just workers, you can get new ones.
It's like when Superman starts chucking people from skyscrapers.
Right.
That would have been actually pretty funny if, like, he threw Zod through a skyscraper and we see Zod, like just go right through some random office worker.
Oh, that fight scene's really well done, because it literally is just a fight scene from the Arkham games that they just, like, translated into live action.
Man, it must be rough, like, when your sewage is so blocked up that your shit has, like, turned into people and it's crawling out the wells.
Yeah, no, that's not good, man. That's bad news.
Yeah.
That's a bad time.
That's bad bacteria in there, and when it starts being human, you got
Yeah, when people start crawling up through your fucking shitter.
my grandchildren always have fresh well water.
Well, somebody shits in the well, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know.
who knows?
We're in
That's a temporary solution.
We're
Right?
in Tokyo. Doesn't everybody have running water?
Well, some people prefer well water.
Do they?
I don't know.
I've never heard that before.
Well, that
She's
ghost
a
said
She was
so.
probably from like 1,000 years ago. So
True, but now her grandchildren can turn on a faucet.
How many bits for the stream are all of you stream watching Morbius?
God, I would say at least twice what it would cost to pay to rent the movie or to buy the movie. I'd say twice whatever it like. So if it's $10, $20, or however that translates to bits.
I think you could do it for twice what it costs to pirate the movie.
If I pirate it, then I guess I won't care as much. I mean, I don't want to, but my Michaelis actually already did. But he just goes to see every movie, basically. So
What do you think?
he said it was better than Venom, but still sucked.
Better than Venom. incredibly good job.
Yeah, I mean, Venom is a turd in the wind, so
Like a turd.
the movie just kind of floundered at the box
I
office
just-
like a turd in the wind.
Like, I don't know. Are turds particularly aerodynamic? It's just like
Yeah, they're known for being in the
thing-
wind.
I think
Alex.
it's supposed to be like the turd is kind of trundling
Tumbleweeds.
down the sidewalk as the wind pushes it.
They're known for their flight capabilities.
a trundling turd.
Yeah.
Oh my-
Trundling, that's a horrible sentence.
That's my new kids book, Timmy the Trundling Turd.
Oh no.
What kids are gonna want to read that?
All the ones eating shit from their toys and sleeping on shit pillows.
All right, fair enough. There's a weird
The
obsession.
kids
with
with the
poop.
shit keychains.
Yeah, there's a weird. Do you think that started with the poop emoji? Is that where it came from?
100%. People love
So
that.
it started with Patrick Stewart.
People love that poop emoji. No, that the profile of the poop emoji was raised to such heights that they were
That
able
they
to
were able
get
to-
Patrick Stewart to play the poop emoji.
Yeah, the poop
You're
emoji
saying
had to
that
really
the
work
poop
for
emoji
that.
is our generation's Shakespeare.
No,
Maybe more like our generation's.
you
like,
could say that, but I won't.
Like our generation's Pinocchio or something. Just like the fictional character that people really are rallying around. You know?
Well, I was just saying, because Patrick Stewart got his start as a Shakespearean actor, so if it's big enough now that it's attracting Patrick Stewart,
Right.
it must be on the same level.
Well, so Picard attracted Patrick Stewart, and that's on the level of a piece of shit.
Picard was Patrick Stewart's baby, so
God, is it that much his baby?
it's at least his vanity project.
Well, that's true.
Because, forget he wrote parts of it. He wanted to do it because he felt that him and the character of Picard are inseparable.
I mean, I do agree with that, but that's also why we should stop fucking
No, dude.
stop
The most
fucking
important thing.
dragging shit back from the
The
grave.
most important thing an older actor can do is tear down their own legacy before they die.
Yeah, this is the final.
Tell me,
Maybe
tell
it would
me-
have been better if he died after playing the
There's-
poop emoji.
there's just a handful of actors that die with the dignity to have left their careers intact.
Well, dude, Sean Connery.
Yeah, John Connery shat all over his. Look at Al Pacino, dude. Look at the
Oh,
Don
damage.
Pacino.
Look at the damage he's done to his.
Say hello to my
legacy.
chocolate blend.
God damn.
Or Robert De Niro, or who else has really just destroyed their career? Any number of comedians have destroyed their. How can you write an obituary for Eddie Murphy?
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage? I'm pretty impressed with Nick Cage.
I don't
right
think
now.
he's ruined his
actually
career yet.
he's
I think
actually
he's-
salvaging what was almost a completely ruined career. As much as I enjoy watching Nicolas Cage be crazy and straight to DVD movies,
Well, here's the thing. Nicolas Cage has always done a weird mixture of both good and horrible things. He's always had a pattern of putting out 5 bad movies
But
and then
this
one
is-
amazing
this
one.
is the first time since fairly early in his career that he started.
Been on what, a streak?
What?
You thought you were going to say he's on a streak?
He's on a streak, but he's
I wouldn't even
also
say that.
he's also getting more critical buzz regularly. Dude, he was on at least a decade of nothing but critics shitting on him.
That's true, but I think that was just popular to shit on him.
That's true.
Because in the decade critics were shitting on him, he was in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
There's
But I mean,
if I pulled up his IMDb,
Yeah.
I guarantee you I could find stuff that's in that decade and bad stuff from the
Yeah.
decades where people were talking about how great he
Right.
was. So.
Fair enough.
Trust me, I know Nicolas Cage.
You know Nicolas Cage way better.
He is.
I can't.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Michael knows a little bit more, and that's it.
Well, speaking of turd emojis, Patrick Stewart, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, more
Picard had its
Picard.
final episode.
Oh,
of
please
season
tell
2.
us about the finale.
So, after a season of being in the past and just killing whoever they want and telling people about the future and, being teleported around in front of people, things like that, just generally not giving a shit about, preserving the timeline and inventing, butterfly effect crap, right? Suddenly, in the last episode, they're like, we gotta clean up all the butterflies.
What?
And what they mean by that, your shit's getting fucked over
Yeah,
here.
I'm dead. Well, oh no, I'm not dead.
There's gonna be.
Now you are.
You don't eat some food.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you
Damn.
need a protector. Oh shit.
Oh,
No.
Not
I'll
our
start
problem.
over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're like, okay, so what do we got to do to make sure that this timeline isn't fucked? You know, after we killed like I don't know 50 people and did all this crazy crap and brought people onto our
Nothing?
starship. So what they did is they're like, we got to clean up all the broken technology and phasers and communicators out of this one house, and then we're good.
What? One house?
Yeah.
They murdered people.
and don't forget, all those Borg are still in the walls.
Yeah. Yeah, the Borg are in the walls of Picard's childhood home. How are you gonna...
Did the Borg ever manage to fill that hole in her heart with dick, or? That was the crux of her storyline, right? It's like
She goes to a bar and some redneck wants to fuck her, but I guess maybe she didn't fuck him. Maybe she just killed him. Because like they find his body in like an alley or something.
Well, didn't she, like, lick his car battery or something?
Oh yeah, she ate his car.
Which is not
She
a
ate everybody's
euphemism.
car batteries.
That sounds like a
not-
euphemism, but it isn't.
Which, how would that not cause, butterfly effects if, like, a bunch of people lost their car batteries in a day? Like,
Yeah.
that could've-
To a Borg.
yeah.
it's called the subprime directive.
The subprime directive.
That's good. But yeah, so they're like, yeah, we're good now. We don't have to do anything else to correct all the various dalliances that we've gone through.
Sounds like bullshit, but okay.
Yeah, and so one of them decides he's going to stay in the past. He wants to sleep with this chick, right?
That's a great reason for time travel.
And everybody else goes back to the future without him.
Is it his mom, or are they a little more?
No, it's just some doctor that.
Oh, that's good.
But apparently, it was necessary for him to stay behind in the past because you see,
He is his own grandfather.
what we learn is that all of humanity is worthless except for a handful of select bloodlines. Because
That sounds racist.
That sounds extremely racist. What?
it is specifically Picard's ancestor who goes on a spaceship to Europa.
Well, of course the French would think they're the only bloodline that matters.
And
I bet they're all French bloodlines, aren't they?
No, they're not actually, but
they can trace themselves back to the founding of the world.
But yeah, so his ancestor goes to Europa and happens to find a life form that just it happens to eat carbon dioxide and plastic. There's a lot of Europa.
Are you telling me that all of the superior bloodlines come from Europa?
Hold on, because so she brings this thing back and so she single-handedly saves Earth from climate change by conveniently finding this microbe.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Very nice.
And meanwhile, the dude who stayed behind in the past, right? He has a kid, and that kid goes on to be like the second coming of Jesus. Because this
Wait,
kid,
literally?
not literally, but they might as well. Because this kid's I don't know, single-handedly
I thought the show was
reorganizing,
about science.
reorganizing Earth and uniting its governments and bringing this message of tolerance or whatever.
Even though only a couple of bloodlines matter.
Yeah.
It's science.
Sounds real tolerant, man.
It's science. Yeah.
I mean, the show doesn't outright state, only certain people from certain families can do this, but it's that's sort of the implication of making everybody connected,
Oh, okay.
right?
Star Trek's getting odd.
Oh, it's been getting on, dude.
It's been odd for a long time. But, so the past is saved, right? And
Okay.
and I guess Q dies, we'll just be sad about that.
I
And
don't give a shit.
and meanwhile, the other characters go back to the future, right?
Okay.
And the Borg are good now, right? So the Borg,
No.
they come by and
No, the Borg are good now.
now, they're woke now.
The Borg?
second.
Yeah, remember? They found their truth.
But that made them good?
Yeah, they want to work with the Federation.
It wasn't just trying to make them sympathetic bad guys, it made
No,
them
they
good.
completely turned around after that. Learning that the Borg Queen's parents used to beat her.
That made the Borg as a collective good guys.
Yes,
Hey,
and yeah, the Borg are. they're safe
I don't.
now.
That didn't come across to me before. I didn't. What?
You all watch Doctor Who? I do not.
I watched some of the old.
Yeah, I've seen the
stuff.
old.
I watched Doctor Who.
Oh,
My fiancé
you can
has.
answer your question.
What's the question?
Well, the question was just, do any of us watch
Maybe
Doctor
as
Who?
follow-up
But there may be a follow-up
Oh,
question.
I was on the phone. Okay, I did not mean to come in. I wouldn't have known.
You're okay.
Oh,
I mean, we're all yelling, so.
Yeah.
How is it? Oh, you know what? I'm not that new though. I'm sorry. Let me excuse myself from this conversation. Oh, hey, you know what? Me too. Me fucking too.
So the only
That was
person
good
that
doctor.
the only person that has watched it left off at the same place.
Yeah. Okay. Because you want to know what? No. So Matt Smith was great, and I don't care for Peter Capaldi. I still think that David Tennant was hands down the best fucking doctor that you could have asked for, though. So that's my opinion.
My favorite's still Tom Baker.
Also, fuck Rose. I don't give a fuck what you think. Rose is a terrible companion. Donna Smith all the way. Are you talking about the new gay black doctor that I just found out about?
Oh, that checks off a couple boxes.
I have absolutely no opinion on it because I haven't watched any of the new shit to really care.
I guess I've never thought about, like, is it the same doctor or is it a different doctor? Like,
It's just
the next regenerated
Okay.
body or whatever.
I mean, I guess.
Though I'd
never really thought about
I'd like
how
to
it
see
works.
how Moffat or Mufasa, how the fuck you say dumbass's name, really plays off because what regeneration number
I
is
hope
this?
it's not
There's only
Mufasa.
supposed to be fucking
12?
13 12 regenerations. One was a
No,
technicality.
you get
I mean-
12.
Russell, really?
Huh. I mean, Doctor Who is so full of, like,
Nonsense.
Interesting.
It contradicts itself all the time.
Even the
Don't give a shit
original
about it.
Stixies show contradicted itself every other episode.
You get to be a male doctor 12 times, and then it's just female doctor.
I'm
right?
curious,
Yeah, it was a
like,
female doctor, and then in one episode it was a black female doctor, and then now
Only
we're
for
having
an
a-
episode, though.
I don't.
I mean, now I'm asking.
so the regeneration.
That's kind of like how there was a black female 007
Oh, jeez.
for like 10
What
minutes.
is that?
So, like, the Time Lord regenerating can, like, change their race, their sexuality, anything, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, it was white, male, white female, black doctor. So it was like white, really old and white, and then it was a woman.
I mean, I gave up a long time ago on just trying to.
That is true.
For there to be any
Christopher Eccleston
rules.
could have been the doctor for longer had it not been for the fans being fucking assholes. And then the director caving underneath whatever the fuck you want to call
I did really like David Tennant, though, so I think.
it. Dude,
Oh, he's a great
fucking
actor.
best. I have his entire season of being the doctor. I own that entire everything.
You guys remember Christopher Eccleston and Thor: The Dark World?
I try to forget about Malekith as much as possible.
I know, right? There's a closet.
Yeah, Malekith.
I love that you're
Pathetic.
excited about that. Cool. I've never been excited
One
about
of the
closet.
worst
Yeah,
villains
closet.
in the MCU.
Second
New
youngest.
Doctor is the second youngest.
Oh,
Play the role
oh,
29.
Okay.
So this going to keep getting younger?
Oh, is this gonna be like a Benjamin Button type thing?
Yeah. But that is kind of how
Dude,
Doctor
Baby
Who
Doctor.
works, right?
What are they doing to Baby Doctors?
We already got a boss baby, okay?
I would say, though,
Let's
out of
just, like,
classic
pump,
I want my Baby Doctor.
pump the brakes here, okay? Babies can't do
Teen
everything.
They are going to do a teen Doctor at some point, I guarantee you that.
Like the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
Oh, like Teen Wolf.
No. Well, they're doing a movie about that now.
They're doing a Teen Wolf.
It is a movie.
Yeah, Teen Wolf was a movie.
No, I know.
Yeah,
And they
they're
made
doing
the
a
made
TV
a-
show, The Teen Wolf, that MTV did. And now the MTV is making a Teen Wolf.
So they're making a movie based on something that was based on a movie?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Can they do 16 Wolf and Pregnant?
Oh,
Who was talking?
everybody.
There's my fiance and her friend. There's a couple more people in the room with us.
Plus there's the cat, there's the dog. You know,
The cats and dogs are not talking though.
Yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? The Borg are good now.
Yeah, the Borg are good guys.
Yeah, they found their truth.
That's because people's opinions on hive minds have changed.
Have they?
I think so.
What real hive minds are we basing those off of? Insects?
Hell, what other hive minds in fiction besides the Borg have been, like, wolfified?
I don't know. I just feel like you know. Afternoon Tune says hi, Nadia.
What?
People in the chat are saying hello.
Oh, hi.
Shoot it with a laser for God. I mean, that sounds like a great. I mean, yeah.
Sounds like the plot of Doctor Who.
I would watch.
It does.
I would watch a Space
What?
Crusade movie.
A Space Crusade.
Isn't that
Okay.
kind of like,
Get out of the corner.
Yeah.
No, get out of the corner. Nobody put the baby in the corner. There we go.
But yeah, so the Borg in the future, they come to the Federation, and because they want an alliance with the Federation, right? And they're
God damn
like,
it, that's so goddamn stupid.
and they're like, we gotta work fast because we know that there's like a giant laser from outside the galaxy that's gonna destroy the entire galaxy.
Just like, oh, laser?
Yeah, a laser. Yeah,
There's just a laser.
one laser.
One laser.
Yeah, we are talking about the car.
Yeah, what just seems to just be the worst thing that like Star Trek has ever done.
Now, I'm not really sure how it would work because the laser beam isn't like bigger than the galaxy. It's just like a regular laser beam.
Yeah, how did one laser beam destroy the galaxy?
You'd think it would just destroy like maybe a planet, but maybe
Yeah, like
a
it's the
planet
Death,
or-
like the Death Star.
Yeah.
Heard it was the worst Star Trek ever. It seems it's from what I've heard.
Nothing but shit talking. Well, that's not true. I have found a few people who like it, but even they acknowledge that it has the same flaws as people who hate it do. So
So if the people that like it and the people that hate it both are saying the same things about it, it's not very positive.
but so
Wait, if they're saying the same things, then what do they like?
They like. I think
They like that it sucks?
the
those
people
things.
that I saw
Do they
that
hate
liked
Star
it,
Trek?
the people that I saw that liked it are very pro Trek in general, and also very left wing. And the new Star Treks cater very hard to the left wing.
Right. Always wanted to watch the Next Generation. That's the best one. It's still got massive problems though.
Yeah, that and the original series are the watchable ones. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, like it's a thing where they because of
selectively watchable.
selectively watchable. Well, they have because of the rotating guest writers. The episodes go from being genuinely great at times to being absolutely fucking garbage at other times.
Prove it.
Deep Space Nine.
I hate Deep Space Nine.
I've heard it.
I've heard it gets better after like
Season
in like
3?
yeah, it's like you have to get through 3 terrible seasons and then it gets good is what I've been told. But I tried watching the first season and I could not fucking stand it. Could not fucking do it. You've seen a lot of that
Yeah,
because your dad makes you.
I mean, I didn't like it.
Remember the episode where everybody gets aphasia?
Yes, I do remember.
Remember watching Star Trek? It's the only good future in movies. Is it?
Like optimistic. I guess yeah. Let's talk about optimistic sci-fi. Is there much?
That optimistic sci-fi is
I
kind
mean,
of
Star
not
Trek
too-
is certainly the poster child for it, but I suspect there's probably others.
Yeah, I just there's not a lot.
I mean, definitely not. There aren't many for iconic series.
At least not that's coming off the top of my head. Like, yeah, optimistic sci-fi. That
I mean, Star Wars always teases like stuff is good, but then immediately it's shit again.
But also, it's in the past, so
Yeah,
man, it's a long time
Sorry,
ago.
it's
Well, Star Wars, I would say, is science
it's
fantasy.
mystical. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's a
mystical
weird
sci-fi.
subcategory. I would call it science fantasy.
Yeah, because I mean, like Blade Runner's fucking miserable, Terminator's fucking miserable.
well, anything cyberpunk is always really cool.
Yeah, cyberpunk specifically is
I feel like
always.
that's kind of dominated the sci-fi market for a while.
Yeah.
What would a positive?
Firefly? It's not super positive, I guess. Either.
Yeah, like I mean, it can be there's
It has,
swashbuckling, but that doesn't necessarily.
uplifting moments. But yeah, the situation in the galaxy ain't great.
Yeah, I'm really not coming up with anything.
Well, I mean, are we limiting it only to TV or movies?
Books, I don't know anything honestly.
So there are definitely books that are like that.
They're probably more books than anything
Yeah.
else.
There's been video games on it.
See, I'm drawing a blank there too.
I don't know, Mass Effect?
I suppose, but it's also like kind of the apocalypse, right?
Yeah, but I mean, everybody survives, at least assuming you're in it. I'm going to say Star Trek, there's no war, no racism, no sexism. Well, not in New Trek.
Yeah, in the old Star Trek that was the case, but not so much in the new ones, which is part of the reason that they suck.
Why did I keep this?
Yeah, I
Cursed
can't
piano school.
I can't think of just about anything.
Granted, that's part of the problem I always had with old Trek. It was a little too unrealistically so with that stuff.
Right, like it's like how could things possibly turn out this well
Yeah.
when human beings still exist?
Plus, there's always been a lot of stuff about the Star Trek universe that's just been silly.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, can you name something that isn't?
Hey, hold on. What's up with the design of this apartment? Like, this is like a sub bathroom, and then there's
This is a piano school.
Yeah, but like, there's no sink in the regular bathroom. You see that? There's a shitter, but there's no sink.
Right. Well, you got to touch the doorknob with your dirty hand,
So then you got to go here and then wash your hands. Like, who the fuck?
Then come back and clean
What
the
if somebody
doorknobs.
closes the door for the hand washing station?
That's like when my sink was in Michael's room.
Didn't
I mean,
you imagine
a utopia with Star Trek.
Yeah,
I mean, that
pretty
was
much.
that was definitely the whole idea behind it.
I guess
It's just
in
that I find utopias to be unrealistic.
in that sense, like Star Trek's really unique because most people write sci-fi as a warning or an extrapolation.
You know
of
about
a
those
trend.
weird robots that turn people to robots in Star Trek.
Oh, I was talking about the Borg finger
Well,
thing.
I think the thing is that the Federation is a supposed utopia, but the rest of Star Trek is not.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
really
also
do.
true.
The problem with utopias in fiction is you can't really make interesting stories in a utopia because there needs to be some kind of conflict or adversity, usually, to make a story consumable for an audience.
Well,
Right.
and to have a conflict, which is required to have an interesting story.
I mean, yeah, if everyone's problems are solved, then what's the conflict of the
But
story?
I mean, I'll
Right.
leave aside the possibility of really bizarre, out there philosophical stories where I guess that that stuff doesn't count. But,
Right.
you can't really do a typical Star Trek plot in the Federation itself. It's always them going to shithole planets and dealing with shithole aliens, right?
Right. Well, but that's the point, though, right? Is that the human civilization or whatever the Federation could be a utopia, but then every
shitholes.
but every civilization they
Can't
go
call the
to.
Klingon homeworld a shithole.
No, otherwise Conan O'Brien will have to go there and drink out of a coconut. It's not a shithole.
You know what? When he does that, I'll eat my words. But until then,
But yeah, it's like the whole thing is it's all about utopia, but it's not really all about utopia if the characters all spend their time not at home. Right?
it's really about characters from a utopia coming to preach to everyone else.
Yeah, about how much better their society is because
And
they do.
Star Trek could do that right, but it could also do that horribly wrong.
And they have, yeah. They have done it both well and very, very bad.
Well, and the primary motivation to write sci-fi forever has been to take some trend in society that's just beginning and then to extrapolate it out to its worst as a warning to people
It would be interesting Star Trek organization meeting the Xenomorph. Well, they do a better job than Wayland Yutani, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah. Some of the corporations in a lot of sci-fi would not actually
be successful.
Yeah, they would not be successful. They would not be returning a profit.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, EA does a pretty good job.
That's a good point. That's
Well,
a good point.
look at the growing incompetence of Amazon.
Yeah.
That shit just
That's all right. Fair enough. I stand corrected.
Amazon's the most likely company to be that horrific future corporation that runs everything, and they're full of idiots.
You turned me around entirely in a very, very short amount of time. One more thing to find in here somewhere, and I'm not seeing it.
What do you think Jeff Bezos is up to?
Probably trying to find kryptonite.
Probably true. Oh, there you go.
Didn't a new episode of Star Trek that compared Musk to Tesla? I did not hear about this.
They did that in Star Trek?
That's pretty stupid.
No.
I mean,
They're just sucking Musk's dick in Star Trek now.
Also,
That
not
seems like
that,
the opposite of what they would. Whatever.
I don't.
Stay.
Also, Musk is a great engineer, but he
has
made,
great engineers.
but he also hasn't made a major scientific breakthrough with
Yeah, Tesla is truly
Musk
unique.
paid to have his name mentioned? Ooh, that'd be bad.
Okay, if Star Trek is
That's sad.
taking money,
Then Star
for
Trek
that,
has no value
Yeah,
anymore.
there's
It's an
zero.
advertising vehicle now.
Exactly. No, that Star Trek is truly worthless if you could pay to have your name mentioned in the show.
Tesla revolutionized science.
It revolutionized worker oppression, too.
What? You mean Tesla, the car company?
Yeah.
I was talking about Nick.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. Well, he wanted to just give all of his shit away for free.
Yeah, Tesla was actually a good person.
That's why he had to go.
反応したこの絵はジョバンニなんだ 雑誌に載っていた音楽家か。さてはこいつが汚れの原因だな。
Yeah, before we get too far off track, right? So the Borg have an alliance with the Federation now.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to stop a giant laser, and they're like, what if we just lined all our
Is
ships
it
up?
not just the Death Star?
No, because it's coming through a wormhole.
Oh.
Wonder if Musk paid to be in Iron Man 2? Probably.
Yeah, I mean...
That's definitely possible. Although, I mean, when Iron Man 2 came out...
Who even knew who that was?
Yeah, I don't think Musk had much money when that came out. Like, Tesla was on the verge of bankruptcy up until, like, 2018.
Do you think maybe Iron Man 2 is what saved him?
That'd be a timeline.
I think it was actually being able to deliver as many cars as he said he was going to do, but maybe it was Iron Man 2.
I think it was.
I don't think Iron Man 2 saved anything.
I think he's always been a billionaire because of his parents. I mean, he hasn't always been a billionaire, but he certainly has had an easier life than compared to most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he got hundreds of thousands of dollars to start his first businesses.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And anytime anything looked like it was fail, he just
We're going to skip her playing Moonlight Sonata.
What does the Borg represent?
Oh, you mean the Borg? Or, wait.
Yeah, what's the Borg here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you...
Oh, about the Borg.
No, you're fine.
I mean,
we've been interrupting ourselves.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do.
Ulysses has been trying to get the story out for like half an hour. I keep derailing.
Yeah, so the Borg are like, well, we just got to line all our ships up, right? And then we'll just have a big shield and we'll just block the laser and the galaxy's safe. Because I guess these shields, they're better than the whole galaxy, right? And this laser is special because it's coming through a transwarp conduit, which means that it's...
What the fuck does that even mean?
It means that there's some big enemy really...
Their science jargon isn't even sounding very scientific anymore.
The Borg!
They might as well call it that.
But, so the implication is that there's some new big enemy, like, far away that
There's an implication of danger, is what you're saying.
So the music is starting to ramp up slowly.
Yeah. And so it kind of leads off on a cliffhanger where the Borg and the Federation now have to team up against some big threat in Season 3. And they've dropped hints that Khan's coming back.
No,
yeah.
Dude. Are they going to put old ass... Wait, is Ricardo Montalban even alive?
He's dead.
Oh, yeah,
right. Okay, who are they going to fucking... Is it going to be Benedict Cumberbatch again?
Sure.
But that's a different timeline.
Who cares?
I mean, I guess I don't, so yeah.
Star Trek don't care.
That's a good point. If they don't care, I don't care.
But yeah, and Wesley Crusher was back.
Ah, god damn it. That was like the one positive thing you told me about the show, is that his stupid ass wasn't in it.
He's a time cop now.
Ah.
They might make a spin-off show all about him.
Oh god, dude, that'll be worse. No, Picard will not be the worst Star Trek show if they do that. Holy shit, I've never heard the worst idea in my goddamn life.
Maybe he'll punch out Khan.
Yeah, because Khan will be in a wheelchair.
Well, they're going to get somebody new. Or they'll dig up Ricardo
Star Trek or Star Wars?
I hate both of them.
They should cross over.
I think both Star Wars and Star Trek both suck, with a few exceptions here and there.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Sometimes.
I mean, Star Wars is close to my heart, but it's been pretty trash for a long time.
Even the originals were just okay movies. I mean, like they were landmark for the they were good for the time, but like in the grand scheme of movies, like,
don't forget that the Star Wars Christmas special is the second movie.
That's true.
God, that movie sucks.
That is actually the second of 4 films.
Yeah, if anybody interested in the chat wants to watch Chewbacca's dad jerk off on Christmas Day in the living room, the Christmas special is for you.
Yeah, because that happens.
That's what Jesus died for. Died for your right to watch a big man.
How many bits for you all to watch that?
For the Star Wars Christmas
We've
special?
already all seen
we've already seen it. I mean, I
don't need to see it again.
No, you're good.
There's not even subtitles for the Wookiees.
Nope.
Oh yeah, most of it
there's
is.
They
long-
actively fought against putting subtitles in.
George Lucas specifically.
There are long sequences of continuous Wookiee dialogue with no subtitles. You have no idea.
I mean, I actually don't even. That'd be what I'd do for free. I'd be willing to just put that on and watch it because
That
it's
thing
funny.
is trash.
There's that weirdly racist cooking show.
Well, it's like
It's a
It's
dude
like- it's a
in
bunch of
drag
different
in
things.
blackface.
yeah, it's like it's in drag, it's blackface.
Oh, like that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also
Okay.
dressed like a superhero and also a character from the Jetsons, but also has 4 arms and is also doing a weird impression of Julia Childs that may be individually offensive in and of itself, and I can't tell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can appropriate Julia Child.
It's a lot. You wouldn't think so, but trust me, after you watch that.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I mean, I remember it.
Oh, you do remember it.
Yeah.
Well, it was weird either way.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, that shit was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if we got drinks, I wouldn't even necessarily need bits for that. I would if we got the 4 of us in a room with a bunch of alcohol. I would be more than willing to watch and make fun of that for a live
Star
stream.
Wars Christmas special.
Absolutely.
Man,
What about the prequels?
Yeah. If for a drunk live stream and it's all of us
What
together.
about Boba Fett?
Oh
Yeah.
god, that show sucks, man. Don't even.
See, I haven't even seen that one. People would have to pay me for. Somebody have to pay me to watch Boba
It's
Fett.
not good, man. Even Tamora Morrison in that show.
I don't think he's a very good actor in general, to be honest.
No, but he also knows it's not going well.
Right. Well,
You
yeah.
can see in his eyes, he's like, "Oh wow!" Like
This isn't what I was
This
told
is-
it was going to be.
just like I thought this was going to be a boost to my career, but this is actually me just scooping the dirt into the grave.
It's not even dirt. It's fucking like cat litter. Used
Boba
cat
Fett,
litter.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
Boba Fett was
it was.
absolutely a mistake. It made Boba Fett look like as big a bitch as Anakin
It was
made
a
Darth
big-
Vader look in The Phantom Menace.
It was a bigger mistake than me, dude. You can ask my parents.
Well, Boba Fett was genuinely cool in some of the novels
Yeah.
that were written after the original movies, but
それだけ
but
死んだものの
when they did the Boba Fett show, I was like, oh, well, I guess they're gonna like adapt some of those books, and that's not what happened.
No, he was like the nicest crime lord on the block.
Man, there's like 7. Well, I mean, I did watch all the double toasted reviews, so I know some of what about the episodes and stuff. But like, there's like 5 scenes of him fucking just sitting petting animals.
Yeah, he pets a lot of animals. He likes petting the
That's the
bantha.
only thing I know about him as an actual character is that he likes animals
He likes petting the bantha.
Well, you should like him then.
and the Rancor.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
He does bond with that Rancor. 'Cause
Oh,
Danny
that's a
Trejo,
character trait.
Danny Trejo, he's a Rancor.
To be fair,
trainer.
that's like one more
Right.
character trait than he had in the movies.
I mean, yeah. He was never that cool in the movies. He just had cool armor.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he's kinda,
the movies also weren't about him.
Right. But that's the thing about people getting so attached to every little tiny detail and aspect of those
of
movies.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Chasing a dragon. It's like a dragon painting that's been like brought to life.
Huh.
言えば流血があるはずだ俺が流血かよし
2D
こいつは閉じるぞ
Going to the Dragon's Den, huh? See a show about the jazz band at the bar.
Do like a fucking like a
Stuff behind
music
the music
biopic
thing.
like Walk Hard.
That would actually be
Or
awesome.
like
The wrong bantha died tonight.
or do one of those like VH1 behind the music or whatever.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, that'd be so funny. Behind the music.
One of them died of like what do they call those, death sticks? OD'd on death sticks.
The OD'd on death sticks.
See that Weird Al movie trailer.
I saw like a thumbnail, but I did not see the trailer itself.
Oh, Weird Al's got a movie coming.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is playing him. They got the look down. I will say.
Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al.
Yeah.
They got the look. He looks like
Daniel
him.
Radcliffe as Weird Al as Harry Potter.
I'm still waiting for like a movie
I mean, like, I
where
like
Daniel
Weird
Radcliffe
Al.
and Elijah Wood have to
I
fight.
like Weird Al a lot. I don't know how interesting a biopic about him would be.
I mean, I don't know a lot about his actual personal life. To be fair, it could be
True.
Does
really
he have an
weird.
interesting life, or is it...
I don't know. It might be interesting.
I've never heard about how interesting his life is.
It could be. I just don't know.
He just seems like a big dork. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, in a good way.
yeah, in a good way, but he just seems like a big dork. Like, otherwise, he seems like he's probably a pretty normal person.
I mean, he's like what one of the out of how many people in the music industry that have had a 40-year-old career without any sexual assault allegations?
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
Trailer makes it seem like the movie will be a parody on biopic.
That's probably a good thing. I
Could,
think
that could work.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think you got to do so. If you're gonna do Weird Al, you got to be weird.
Bit
With
of
it.
walk
It's gonna have to be
style.
humorous for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I hope Weird Al at least makes a cameo.
I feel like it'd be weird if he didn't.
Me too.
Biggest problem with Boba Fett is I thought he was going to be a bad guy.
I mean, yeah, that is the big thing.
Plot twist, you watched the movie and found out he was a heroin addict.
Yeah, you
Trust me,
assumed,
Dewey, you don't want no part of this shit.
I mean, I assumed that, they would go very much just a real bounty hunter story with it. Maybe he's not the worst guy out there, or he's just kind of like...
Well, in the novels,
ambiguous.
He's like a man with no name, Clint Eastwood kind of bounty hunter. So it's like he still fucking will beat the shit out of people and fuck
like
people
Walter
up.
White.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool.
When are they going to make a Jabba the Hutt TV show, though?
Well, and I thought it was genuinely not a bad direction.
Bad guy bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least in his cameo in The Mandalorian, at least he like fought some people and won.
They got beat up by Jawas after that.
Yeah.
Like I think the direction they took could have been genuinely interesting and was surprising compared to what I was expecting. The Man with No Name kind of bounty hunter show.
I think part of it is they kind of
Crime Lord.
ruined that by already doing The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you can't really do the same thing.
Right. But to do that whole Crime Lord storyline, you could have pulled that off.
Oh, you could have.
They just they didn't even try. They didn't have enough of the Hutts in there either. Like the Hutts would show up for like a little bit and they'd be gone.
Pizza?
But an actual war, an actual turf war,
that would have been cool.
The Hutts trying to take back Jabba's territory or whatever from Boba might have turned out to be pretty interesting.
The concept is
a gang wars kind of thing.
Ahsoka show. I mean, I'm mildly interested in that because I do like the character of Ahsoka, but I've been burned by Star Wars so many times that I can't truly get excited about a Star Wars thing until it's already come out and
people are saying it's good.
No, until I've seen it and I've already decided I like it, and then I can only really get excited by rewatching something Star Wars that I've already found out is good.
I am somewhat hopeful for Kenobi.
I hope so. I hope it's good.
I do want that to be good. Ewan McGregor was always good casting for a young.
Oh yeah, he's great casting. I don't think those movies are good, but
not very good movies.
Yeah, the prequels are dog shit, but he was good casting. He was good casting.
There is pretty good. There is pretty
No.
Wait, this is Jar Jar show?
No, there is not.
Oh, thank God. Fuck you, Ulysses. Come on, dude.
The Inquisitors are. I think they're kind of cool.
Look like the Spanish Inquisition.
No one expects the Star Wars Inquisition. No, they're like a kind of Sith, Dark Jedi type characters that are hunt down whatever Jedi are left post to the prequel movies. Okay. So they're in like the Rebels cartoon, so they're kind of cool. But in the Rebels cartoon, the main one's voiced by Jason Isaacs, and I like him. So
Jason Isaacs is an intimidating motherfucker, dude.
Dude, when he played that military general and
as opposed to non-military generals, like the Dollar General.
No, I'm talking about specifically in The Death of Stalin.
Oh, that's so good.
When Jason Isaacs played, I forget his name now. He played Zuko, yeah. Yep. That was a great performance. You mentioned how he could be intimidating. So.
Yeah.
That's a good example, I think. I think the Inquisitors have cool lightsabers, though. Because it's like a wheel, and they
Garfield in Star Wars, everything be good.
I think Garfield makes everything worse, personally, but, to each their own. If you like Garfield, enjoy your Garfield. I don't think that's going to happen, but,
今にも飛び出しそうだ。実際
Michael really hates Garfield.
Really?
Yeah, if he was here, Michael would just be going off about
So you're saying
Garfield.
we should sit Michael down and force him to watch like the Garfield cartoon?
Now that would be
Garfield movie.
A Tale of Two Kitties.
Ooh.
Oh, Michael would fucking murder us before that movie was over.
Sounds like something I want to do.
I'll never forget when we made him watch Descendants. Mickey Mouse. Not a real big fan of Mickey Mouse either.
I like
To be
Mickey
completely
Mouse.
honest.
He's got pants on.
As opposed to
Donald. Dude.
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
Why is Donald?
No, that's the only reason Howard the Duck wears pants is because he didn't, and then Disney tried to sue Marvel. It was like he looks too much like Donald Duck. So
They had to put pants on Donald Duck to get those cartoons released in Finland. They
Really?
were banned. Yeah,
it's like
they were
going
banned.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, they were banned because Donald Duck didn't wear any pants.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They Finnish people weren't comfortable with all that duck dick. You know.
But then, do they ban John Dillerman?
That was Danish. I don't know how they feel about it. Obviously, the Finns have. I mean, all of that has changed since like the 60s and 70s when
Right.
Donald Duck was banned.
I'm sure Donald Duck probably isn't banned in Finland anymore.
Probably not. I would assume so. But yeah, I don't know that weird John Dillerman cartoon. Scandinavians are just like the oddest people.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Well, they gave us Lupus, so.
Yeah. Well, the Norwegians.
I'll never forgive them for that.
The Norwegians are the most normal of the
That's saying
Scandinavians,
something.
and that's saying something because Norwegian people can be pretty fucking weird.
Lutefisk is an example.
Yeah, but I don't know. When you talk about Denmark and Sweden, those are strange places.
Europe in general is quite
Yeah. Yeah, it's every country's its own brand of weird.
I mean, yeah, like there's stuff here.
I mean,
that-
granted, the U.S. is
The
extremely.
U.S. has got a lot of
The
strange.
U.S. is extremely strange compared to the rest of the world. There's stuff that happens here that doesn't happen anywhere else.
I mean, I can't even believe it, and I do live here.
Right.
Every country is strange and unique in its own horrible way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like look at what a disaster American politics is now. Can you believe that there's a very high possibility now that Dr.
Oh, I would watch the shit out of that. I want every failing franchise to cross over. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
We got some friends here.
Can you believe that Dr. Oz has a very serious chance of being the next senator from Pennsylvania?
Really? Is he running?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I haven't paid attention to that.
Oh, you didn't see that race? Yeah, Dr. Oz is running. He got Trump's endorsement. He's running as a Republican.
Well, that means he won.
Even though he was like
De-liberal.
even though he was
Doctor.
super liberal like until like 2 years ago.
Well, hey,
And now Trump's like he's a true conservative.
Bullshit.
That's what marks you as a successful politician now. It's not having any concrete views.
Yeah, it's just
That's true.
being an absolute squish. And of course for Trump it's just like he got great ratings, he'll be an amazing politician.
Yeah, you're famous, you know.
You're famous.
It's just meme energy. It's like we've talked about that.
You can
before.
grab America by your pussy when you're famous. They let you do it.
Oh, there's a watermelon floating there.
Floating watermelons is like one.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's better
Any
about
food
them?
that's mysteriously floating in the air is going to be a good one.
Okay. Interesting way to think about life.
Why the best cuisine you can get is on the ISS.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Stuff's pretty good up there?
Yeah.
This is a personal preference.
Because it gets all irradiated by like the cosmic photons.
So you're just saying you like the taste of radiation?
Oh, that too. Yeah, you gotta go and get the fish.
Oh god.
Get the fish in Fukushima.
Sushi bread.
Yeah.
God, sushi that's got the 3 eyes like in The Simpsons.
No Bernie time for socialism. Wiki chat angry for the proletariat down with the. I can never pronounce that fucking word. It's too French for me.
Well, so are the French.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I definitely don't think, even if Biden says he's going to run again, that he'll be
Survive that long?
survive that long, or that he'll have any like lock on the nomination as the incumbent, like your average incumbent would have. So I could see Bernie running again
Because they're so concerned about how he might die.
and just how unpopular he is. But
Well,
just,
yeah, that too.
And then Bernie, only has so many election cycles left.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the last one might have been his last shot.
I don't know. I mean, the amount of energy, Bernie has so much more energy than Biden. Despite being,
everybody has more energy.
6 years older than him. Bernie could be 90 in the White House, and he'd be way more on top of things than Biden is right now.
You could dig up a corpse and it would have more energy.
Yeah, let's put some strings on a corpse and just have it dance around the White House.
But I do think they
it's ironic that Bernie's not the one that's president, and yet our president is a living depiction of the movie Weekend at Bernie's.
That's true. But I do think Bernie needs to actively pass the torch. He needs to choose a successor.
He does.
What?
To who?
I don't know, but he needs to fucking figure it out.
Ro Khanna's probably not a bad option. He's probably the most obvious person for Bernie to pass it to. You could pick somebody in the squad, but I feel AOC is clearly the highest profile person in the squad.
Ro Khanna is still part of the Justice Democrats. It's just kind of a larger version of the squad. He's kind of just. But
Ro Khanna has I would say has the gravitas as a politician.
Sure.
Actually run.
This sounds like something out of DC Comics. The Justice Democrats and the Squad and the
Well,
the Republicans got that too. The Freedom Caucus sounds.
That
sounds like some off-brand Justice League shit.
That is true.
We are the Freedom Caucus.
It's all just a bunch of bullshit.
It's all branding.
It's just branding and marketing.
It's just
Bernie.
We're 3 decades into the be nice to the mentally handicapped bill that actually just raises taxes on the poor people, but just slap a nice name on it.
We've been doing that crap for so long.
It really got bad since the mid '90s. That's when they really started to be slap whatever name you want on it.
Well, I'd say that stuff was going on even before that, though. I think the Republicans were probably the ones that started it, because they always have
that's true,
the freedom for the safety of children's religious liberty or something like that. It would actually be
it would just raise taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they always put their spin on it, but there has come a point now where the name of the bill has almost nothing to do with the bill itself anymore.
Oh, ever. But a lot of people think it does.
Yeah.
And that's how they keep getting away with it.
But yeah, I don't know. I would say Ro Khanna. I think Ayanna Pressley is a better member of the squad than AOC is.
I'd agree with that.
As far as just a spokesperson goes. AOC has the same problem Kamala does, where I just don't think she reads her intelligence briefings, or
I thought you were going to say that I don't think she reads.
I don't think she reads either.
She might. Honest with you. She reads. She probably reads things that have nothing to do with her job.
But she's kind of like Kamala, where if you ask her a specific policy question, she's got to try to weasel her way out of it because she clearly doesn't even know what people are talking about. Whereas Ayanna Pressley, or even Cory Bush, are at least aware of the contours of political debate.
Right. Well, the politicians should at least be able to fake it till they make it.
Yeah.
And they don't even seem capable of it. Kamala can't even do that.
She doesn't even try.
No, she just kind of laughs every time.
Yeah.
She doesn't know the answer to something, she just laughs.
Did you see the election in the Philippines just had?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they elected Marcos, dude.
Yeah, he's back.
That country has spent the legacy of the dictatorship, Marcos.
Well, mostly the
Marcos.
history about it.
Yeah, and then they elected his son.
Yeah.
He's the president, and they brought the dictators back, the shoe lady.
Well, not only was he the dictator's son, but he ran away with the whole family ran away with billions and billions of
and then he
dollars.
came back, and he's super pro-China and everything. So he's come back and we lost the Philippines, dude. We lost the first island.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
It's over.
They're gone. Yeah.
The first island chain is broken. They didn't even have to take Taiwan again. They just managed. The Philippines handed itself to them.
I mean, the whole world is just slowly handing itself to China. It feels like.
Well, people got. I mean, countries.
Oh, even we are.
Countries have to make a decision, man. And if you look at us right now, and you're like,
Oh, we look
I
weak
feel,
as shit.
I feel safe relying on those people. You're out of your damn mind.
Don't give hope. Friend, middle class made Amazon one of the biggest retailers in America vote for a union.
I mean, the fact that there's a union is good. Like that is a good progress, and I just don't know if that's enough progress to actually turn the Blade Runner future that we're slowly descending into. I don't know if that's enough to actually
We have
turn
to
that
overturn
around.
a lot of those Reagan era laws against like restricting unions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of states are right to work and all that.
Yeah. You have a right to a contract.
Right to work is exactly what we're talking about with those fucking laws that have a bullshit name on them.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
I find it like the thing that I find the most unbelievable is people think like with unions is it's like
Well, they
we
think
listen-
unions can't
we
themselves
listen-
be corrupt.
We listen. Well, that's true.
Because that happens a lot too, like the
You
police
need a
unions.
system where you have.
Yeah, well, the
balance.
mafia. The mafia used to own all the unions.
You need a system where you have sort of a balance of power between unions and corporations.
Right.
Right.
All
But
about balance.
we let the
Just like Thanos
corporations.
said.
We let corporations determine the definition of capitalism, but I've never understood why in a like solid definition of capitalism, labor wouldn't be able to negotiate for itself.
Right.
Like why would the assumption be that that corporations can negotiate, but labor can't?
Because
Like to set like market rates. And
if people
things like
want
that.
the definition of capitalism to be, favorable to those with power.
Right.
Right.
But that's just, that's just that's just like the core tenets of capitalism would imply that labor has as much right to negotiate.
No, that's socialism. That's communism. And also
Well, I
capitalism.
think that is capitalism. It's just that we don't really have capitalism. We have oligarchy. Which I guess is, in a way, late-stage capitalism. But,
Yeah.
Well, it's just the fact that a capitalist system lets power accrue to
Until it becomes an
corporations to
oligarchy.
the point where
Right.
the tenets of capitalism can be subverted.
It's kind of ironic in a way. I feel like, communism and capitalism, left unchecked, kind of both thing.
It's horseshit theory, like anything that's considered a political opposite ends up meeting, at the extremes. I don't know.
You go all the way around far enough on one side, man, you just end up right on the other.
But if you don't, I think the big thing is if you don't have a well-educated populace, you can't have a democracy. And the incentives of a democracy is to make sure the populace is as dumb as possible so they can be manipulated. So, how do you encourage a decent education system to grow up?
Yeah, I don't think you really can. Yeah.
Small countries can pull it off. Like a number of European countries do have,
But to be really
systems.
massive.
No, big
just-
countries can't pull it off.
Also, I feel like even those small countries, there's a lot of restrictions, and they probably only last for a limited amount of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's you end up with several different. Like you look at people really like the German education system. Like people will say how great it is and everything. But Germany is a very deterministic society, where the school will basically just be like, listen, you can't go to college, you're not smart enough for that. You're gonna go get an apprenticeship. We think you'd be good for this. They'll tell you what your life's gonna be, basically.
Right.
Plus, they don't seem very good at teaching people not to eat shit.
That's just
Or
in,
fuck it.
that's just in the German nature, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe you're apologizing for them.
Somebody has to.
Going to?
You can go back, the most famous German people throughout history just really like shit. Beethoven was into it. Mozart was into it.
He was Austrian.
Yeah, but Germanic culture. I mean,
think
Austrian people are German.
You know if there's any
Are
like
German
records
people.
from like ancient Rome of like the Germanic tribes like eating shit?
I mean, I don't know. I know a decent amount of Roman history, but I guess I don't know too much about the cultural customs the Romans observed from the Germanic people. I know they would like pickle heads in wood alcohol and carry them around in cases, like pickle the heads of their enemies and stuff like that.
I'm surprised we don't do that now.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised you would feel that.
It's good decoration. Plus, the Scythians used to make like cups out of people's skulls.
You just want something for your mantelpiece.
I mean, the Tibetans did that up until pretty recently.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, that wasn't. The Scythians were doing it to like their murdered enemies. The
They were
Tibetans
also doing it for the family.
were they?
Yeah.
Okay, the Tibetans do it for the same reason, as, like in memory of the dead.
The Tibetans
They do
also
some-
did it to slaves.
How are you going to
and
remember
to,
your family if you don't have their head on your mantelpiece?
But they
Or you're
they do
drinking
some-
out of your grandfather's skull.
They
Yeah.
do some really
Exactly.
interesting silver work on their skull cups. They're
Oh, yeah.
actually kind of beautiful in a way.
Oh, interesting thing that I saw. Apparently, in Argentina, there's a large Chinese expat population,
Okay.
like
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of them, right?
Damn, all right.
And they've been kind of taking over like small businesses, right? Because
Okay.
they'll start up stores and they'll,
Sure.
because they know their connections to China, they'll be able to sell goods much cheaper than anyone else.
Yeah, that
like, in Argentina.
that makes sense.
So
yeah.
they're slowly like dominating the market, and things have gotten nasty there because the
Yikes.
Chinese store owners will compete amongst themselves, and they basically created like a Chinese mafia, right?
Oh, they got like triads and like tongs and stuff now.
Yeah. There's
Damn.
like basically if you can't open a store in Argentina as a Chinese, like unless you have like the go ahead from other store owners nearby and like the
Damn.
head of the mafia, and like if you
Shit.
get on their bad side, they'll like gun you down,
Huh?
and like
Well, that's not good, man.
yeah, there's like all kinds
Why
of
would
crazy
anyone
like
move?
infighting going on.
Why would anybody move to Argentina? Man? Like it
I don't
looks
know.
beautiful.
Well-
The food seems delicious. Architecture is great. Their their currency
Isn't that the one?
collapses
8 times?
every 2 to 5 years.
Yeah,
Just
that's a bad track
absolutely
record.
shits the bed. Everyone is entirely wiped out every like handful of years. Like it's a rough place to live as
Well-
far as just like your financial health goes.
From what I saw, a lot of Chinese go there because it's easier to start a business there than it is in China.
That makes sense. I suppose I would just make sure not to keep my money not in pesos because the number of times that their economy has just collapsed into absolute free fall, and then they've had to get like bailouts and bankrupt out of their currency and reissue it. And
I'm sure they probably changed their money to RMB,
yeah, that makes sense.
especially if they've got such a strong.
Well, if they've got to
underground.
import export from China, I suppose makes sense.
And if they've got such a strong kind of like black market, underground type thing going on there.
Plus-
Mafia.
Yeah.
The police don't even do anything about it because they just be so easily bribed in Argentina.
Right.
Apparently, China has actually had to step in with its fucking like police
Become
forces.
like a foreign policy, like kind of a diplomatic issue for China. Then,
Like they want the Argentinian government to stay out of it,
sure.
but they basically police the Chinese there themselves rather than
Yeah.
have the Argentinians.
Well, China does take pretty seriously the behavior of its expat community because it's trying to build up soft power.
Right.
So if its expat community is becoming like a nuisance and like really turning people off in the countries they live in, that's bad for China's reputation. So I know that has been an issue in Africa. Is China now has really started to bring the hammer down on the Chinese men in Africa who get women pregnant and then just go home.
Happening a lot, huh?
Oh yeah, it happens a lot.
Damn.
They'll abandon. Because they're
That's
there.
not cool, guys.
They're
They're there for, like,
they're there
yeah.
to do like road construction for like a year.
Right.
They get a woman pregnant. They got to go back to China. They just leave, and then the kid's there. And
Well,
apparently it's pretty tough being an interracial child in a lot of those African countries. So it's also just not a good situation for those kids or the moms.
But also China's like immigration policies are pretty fucking shit, and so like I feel like they probably don't make it very easy for those people to come to China, where they would also face discrimination.
Oh yeah, definitely. I watched a little video about it or whatever, where they interviewed like a handful of women that it had happened to, and they just said like they disappeared, and they never said anything about it.
Come over here.
But yeah, I mean, China's also pretty unfriendly to African people moving to China. That's for sure.
Well, don't forget when COVID happened.
They blamed it on Africans.
Yep, there were like riots in China where the Chinese were like trying to go after African immigrants.
I remember the signs saying like no black people allowed on hotels and like, stores and restaurants and stuff like that in China.
Yeah, China's got some problems.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, Americans are so self-centered that they don't understand that there's just racism everywhere.
That is
they
true.
really think it only exists in America, which is insanity.
Yeah, Europe and Asia are pretty bad.
The Middle East is really bad.
Oh, yeah.
The Middle East, they still, like, the default word for black person in the Middle East is slave. Like, that's what, in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah,
they just call black people a bead, which is Arabic for slave.
Yes, yeah.
So.
Well, isn't Saudi Arabia still heavily involved illegally in like slave trading?
I mean, I know that like there's some pretty shady things as far as human trafficking goes in the Middle East generally, but yeah, especially in the Gulf. That, from my understanding, my knowledge of this, there's just basically sex slave trade. In the
Well,
Gulf.
we know there's a global one.
Yeah,
Too. I mean,
yeah, that's just a global. But I don't know anything about specific. I know that they when they have like workers come over. Construction workers and maids and stuff like that, they steal their passports and basically make them into slaves.
Right.
They don't buy them and have like ownership rights over them, but they make it so they can't leave.
Right.
And which is fundamentally slavery, I suppose. Didn't they have like 4,000 people die building that FIFA World Cup stadium in Qatar?
Probably.
I think
Just
so.
in the heat, just falling off the top of it and dying because they didn't even bother to give them safety harnesses.
Jesus, man, that's
Yeah, those Gulf states, man.
It's not good.
Good.
Pretty anti-human, that's for sure.
But, what do you expect from Saudi Arabia?
It's true. Well, and I mean, like
They're on the human, right?
some of the world's very last absolute monarchies. I mean, like they're just in a
Saudi Arabia is also
state of
one of the
command.
world's most like.
Shark 300.
No, what's that?
Yeah, no, I have no idea what that is.
But yeah, Saudi Arabia is one of the most like unequal societies on earth, too.
Well, women have only just now begun to have the right to fly.
I don't even just
That's
mean with
new.
genders. I mean with like wealth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, the reason that the royal family stays in power is that they do keep the standard of living for the average person in the country pretty high, just because they have so much oil money.
Well, for the middle class.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is no like native Saudi Arabian underclass.
Right.
They import people from the third world to do all of that work.
Right.
The basically the entire native Saudi population is middle class. They live middle class lifestyles, which is why they don't get mad at the government, because they are pretty well taken care of. That's why when the oil runs out, the Saudi royal family is really afraid of what their future is going to be, because they won't have enough money.
Right.
I think only just recently did citizens of Saudi Arabia have to pay taxes for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, they
Wow.
yeah. So see, that's why the monarchy can stay in place, because I mean, like they ask very little of the population, so the people don't complain too much about their monarchy. But if the government can't provide for them like that anymore and has to really start having like normal levels of taxation on the population, it'll be the end of the monarchy for sure.
Right.
it's kind of like the deal that the CCP has with the Chinese population. Is that the Chinese population generally doesn't act up too much because the CCP has provided a lot of economic growth and improvement in the standard of living. But if that ever stops,
as long as you have the right, religion.
Yeah. Well, it has
place, the right background.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other. If you provide people with consistently improving standard of living, a lot of times they'll look the other way.
Right.
When you start going after, when you start going after minority groups, look at Nazi Germany, from going from the Weimar Republic to what was a fairly prosperous Nazi society, and that made it possible for a lot of people to just ignore what was happening to minority groups in that country.
Hey, Horton! Hey, thank you for the raid!
Wow, wow.
Whoa, we got a whole bunch of people in here. Horton, thank you. How are you doing?
Cool bread tube on Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Okay. He's not like streamer or something.
Check him out.
No, Horton. What were you playing? Today? I'm very curious.
And you made it at a time where we're not about games.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're not actually like over.
Oop. One to the face.
Damn, bitch.
Get her.
Wow, I just missed all those shots. Come on.
She looks like that freakish thing from the honeycomb commercial.
Funny Crisp!
What the fuck?
You remember that cereal mascot?
They're not small.
The Masquerade Blood Hunt and Sea of Thieves. Well, how was the vampire game?
Nice.
How was that? That just came out, right? Yeah, that's like new, I think. Right?
Which cereal slogan is the taste you can see? Is that Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Taste you can see. That is kind of a terrible slogan.
It's bad, right? Like, how can you see a taste?
I'm trying to hold myself back from making the worst possible joke, but
a taste you can see? What, like gonorrhea or something?
no, I was gonna say that. I'm pretty sure that was Bill Cosby's slogan.
Oh no. Battle Royale version of the franchise, and it's fun but stressful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sage, when are you gonna play some Battle Royale games?
Not really ever. You might see him on the Thursday show with Tim and Corbin though.
Yeah, but you're not there.
when are you
I
going
know.
to play Candy
What, you think
Crush?
you're
I'm not playing. God damn it! Missed again.
Sage, I mean, I've asked nice. I haven't picked a game for the stream yet.
That's true. You owe Alex.
Yeah, I haven't been allowed to choose a game for the stream yet.
You want to play Super Bombad Racing? How am I feeling? Oh, I feel good. I feel great.
Because he just got another pet.
Yeah, he's high. He's high on new pet.
God damn.
It's a big thing for him. He was getting down, but you can always fill that hole with
Animals.
Another animal?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's thinking about getting 2 more cats.
No.
apparently.
Yep.
No, I'm not.
You wanted 2 more male ones.
No.
The female ones.
Yeah.
No. That is not happening.
That's so you can listen to him in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep and just have that horrible violent cat. That horrible cat
violent cat sex.
Yeah, just
That's my new album. That's my new album dropping next week, guys. Horrible violent cat sex.
It's because he wants to breed them, because that way he can get more cats without having to pay for them.
None of them can have babies.
Oh yeah, you're your own supplier now.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, all of the animals I have are spayed and neutered, like Bob Barker asked.
Good man. It's good. It's important you listen to Bob.
Oh shit, we gotta.
What do you think Bob Barker's been up to? He's
alive.
dead? Is he dead? Did he die?
Probably.
I like that you asked what he's been up to, and then you went to him being dead right away too. Yeah, I don't know, man. He sounds like he would be.
Do you think he's barking?
You think he's been spayed or neutered?
No, he's still alive. He's 98 years old.
Wow.
Saw the videos you sent, and that Unreal 5 train station was insane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's so cool.
Oh, wasn't that fucking crazy? You'll still have to show you that, but it is like it's an Unreal Engine 5
like
gameplay demo.
It is truly photorealistic.
Nice.
Like it's like maybe a little Unreal.
You can tell just a little bit, but like it's
like,
getting fucking
For
close.
sure, if you put on like a virtual reality headset, you would be
Basically not be able to
sucked.
tell.
You'd be absolutely sucked in, and you wouldn't notice the details that make it fake. It's so close. It's
pretty good.
wild.
Now it is pure environment.
You all played Elden Ring.
I have not yet.
Sage is going to be pretty soon.
So yeah, sometime in the near future. But I showed that to my fiance, and she didn't even realize that's what it was at first.
It was pretty crazy.
But no, I was waiting to play Elden Ring because I wanted to finish Sekiro first, which I did. And I'm going to take a little break, do a couple other games in between, but near future.
What the fuck?
What did you pick up?
A Who-Mutt mummy.
Who-Mutt?
Yeah, we could
The
set...
body of a dog in the face of a human.
It's just another item to sell to the cat vendors. That's literally all that's for.
I want to know more about that. Okay, thank you.
Mummified creature with the body of a dog and the face of a
Around
human.
1990.
The Hugh-Mutt? That's not a very good name.
No, it isn't. Sometimes they're said to speak like a human. Other times they can reportedly chase after and catch up to a car going highway. that's the scary ghost monster. A dog that can actually catch up to the cars it chases.
But it's got a human face, so it can ask you if you've heard about the good word lately.
Right? Yeah. No. Hell yeah. Sekiro is really. I honestly think it's my favorite out of all of them.
It's your favorite. It's your second favorite game of Shadows in the title.
Ulysses. I swear to God.
Which one?
Evil Dead. Yeah. Hell yeah. Don't even tell him.
What? Like Book of Shadows?
No, he likes that less.
No.
Oh,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't, Alex, stop trying to figure it out.
Game to say really love that he's addicted
Shut
to
the fuck
has
up.
Shadow in the title. Come on, Alex.
All right, well, Alex,
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah!
Right.
I'm actually disappointed in
Yeah.
you, Alex, for not knowing that.
Oh, man, I don't know. I just had to process that for a little while.
It's because Raid Shadow Legends is so fucking stupid that you blocked it out of your goddamn mind.
But you don't even have to play it.
Ulysses was being sarcastic. So then I had to think about games that you hated that had Shadow in the title.
Yeah,
And,
you
like,
couldn't think of it.
No, because you love Raid Shadow.
You got it.
I hate you both. I hate both of you.
Yeah, Sage loves the game so much that he doesn't even take money to sponsor it. He just tells us, okay, we got to throw in a sponsorship to Raid Shadow Legends every video. And we're just do we have to? And he's like, yes, it's the best game ever made.
I'm planning on... I'm going to write some copy for you, Sage.
I hate you.
Yeah, Shadow is twice more than Elden Ring.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to really write you some copy. I'd be like, are you tired of playing video games? You wish you could play themselves.
That is the only way you can advertise it, though, because it's not even a fucking real game.
Has this ever happened to you?
That's literally like one of those terrible...
One of those fucking...
Somebody goes, oh god, I can't hold the controller. That is exactly what it sounds like.
Your console's on fire in the background.
Yeah. Those just white people in infomercials.
They do struggle, man.
They have it really hard. They can't do anything right.
Well, I mean, you ever just try to put the lid on some Tupperware and instead you fling it across the room by accident?
I mean, I haven't, but there are a lot of white people that have.
Yes, I've seen that on the infomercials.
Do you ever try to go down some stairs and then get catapulted across your neighbor's driveway?
God, what? God.
Do you ever try to go down the stairs and realize it's your boss?
Man, infomercials.
Infomercials are good. I watch so few commercials these days.
It's because they've gotten. I mean, they've always been stupid, but they've gotten so much more brainless.
Yeah. Granted, I mean, YouTube is still chock full.
Yeah, I broke down and got YouTube Premium.
Just so you didn't have to.
I couldn't stand the commercials anymore. Dude, I get so many commercials.
A
I
little
was
bit
getting
different.
so many commercials for vaginal dryness and like female condoms.
Your
and
pussy
stuff.
still smells like fish, huh?
I guess, dude. Like, yeah, what was that one called? Lumi, the vaginal deodorant? And I was like, why am I getting these ads?
YouTube wants you to know you have a stinky pussy and you need to do something
It's
about it.
stinky and it's dry.
Like, are you just watching all
apparently
kinds of videos
fertile
about,
enough
like-
that like
Are you just watching dry pussy YouTube videos?
I watch exactly the YouTube videos you'd expect me to watch.
So
Dry
yes.
pussy YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
so that's a yes. That's a yes is the answer to that
Videos of
question.
gnomes fucking. Like that kind
No,
of stuff.
mostly really dry kind of history videos, factoid.
Well, I guess that
videos.
is dry in a way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But I mean, I don't know if you could look through my YouTube history and be like, oh, a middle-aged woman is watching this. Sure.
I have watched all of Moon Knight. Alex, you've seen like what the
I've seen
first
two.
two,
I've seen the first
and
two.
Ulysses. I'm assuming you haven't seen any of it.
Nope.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I wish it was darker. Like I still think it's probably
A little too lighthearted.
at times.
Too visible.
Too visible. Well, the thing is Doctor Strange that just came out did go about as like kind of hard and gritty as I would have wanted Moon Knight to. So it's not a matter of like, oh, it's just because it's Disney they can't. Clearly they can based on that movie. So like, why Moon Knight didn't just get to have that little bit more edge to it? But granted, I still did like it. It's just a criticism I have, but it didn't ruin it or anything.
Right. Yeah, man, that Philippine election.
I love how.
I just like, how are you gonna elect the son of like the dictator that you formed your entire modern identity in opposition to?
Like I said, they just rewrote their history.
Yeah,
Crazy.
They all think
it's
that
not that hard to do.
they all
I
think
know,
that the
dude,
dictator's
but-
martial law was a good thing.
I mean, that is kind of how Bolsonaro got elected in Brazil, was like praising the dictatorship that like modern Brazil was built on, like
Yeah.
the defeat of. I think that'll happen to Spain too. I think Francoism is going to make a comeback.
I can see it. I mean, the West in general is trending towards strong. They're gonna look like the Middle East in a few decades. I fucking love
hairy
that.
bitch.
As long as we can bring back those Pinochet hats. I like how high those hats were.
Which
I
hats
didn't
are
know.
those?
It's like your standard military cap, except it's like that tall off the top of your head. It's kind of interesting look.
I'm just curious what like the style is. Is it just
Yeah.
like a Napoleonic thing, or is it like a spike? Or...
No. It's not a helmet. It's like
Let's put a link in the chat so people can know what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
how tall Pinochet's hat was.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's just like your standard kind of military
Oh,
cap.
you
but
mean
it's
like a Stalin
signi-
hat?
Yeah, but it's like significantly taller than they usually are. Like, I mean, that's a really tall hat.
Yeah. Those are good hats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, it's a normal...
It's like your
a normal
stereotypical
military
like
hat.
Yeah, you gotta
admiral's
post a
hat.
link so everybody knows
Okay.
what kind of hat you're talking about.
Okay, alright.
ゆっくりしたいなら別だけど
Hat
Important,
link
everybody
incoming.
knows that.
Yeah.
We all like
Well,
hats.
I mean, if we're
You
gonna
guys
just
like hats.
if we're gonna have a whole conversation about a hat, right? I mean,
Okay. I mean, you know, I don't know. Put a hat on a hat.
put a hat on a hat.
必要ないぞ
I do. Oh, and I got a scissors lady coming at me too.
Okay, look how long these YouTube image links are.
Two of them.
Right.
Alright. Is that actually gonna work? Careful.
I'm taking it.
You know, Jay.
There you go.
There he is. Yeah. That's his giant hat.
Good hat. I wouldn't mind wearing that.
Alright.
Oh god damn it!
That is
Ah.
pretty dark and mom was a crazy abuser, but I get what you're saying. Cut against face off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean dark in terms of like thematic content. Even I mean dark as in it's not violent enough. I mean, it's doing a PG-13 Moon Knight isn't that different from doing a PG-13 Punisher, which they have done and was not good. So, again, I did like it, but it's just Like there were moments where they like hinted at how violent he could be, but they really didn't go very far to actually show the violence. And I think that's the big issue I had.
We want to see violence.
Well, but like, okay, if Superman was, for some reason made super dark and broody, Zack Snyder, you would go, wow, that's totally off of that character. It's no different than making a super dark, gritty, violent character super light. I mean, again, they didn't make him super light, but...
That's what I'm saying. We want to see violence.
Well, I want to see violence from the characters that I expected from.
I just want to see violence.
Oh, shit.
We were knifed.
Speaking of violence.
It's like, she looks like what those fucking crazy priests from the Holy Mountain. Yep. That's such a weird movie.
The Holy Mountain? Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. There's that whole scene where it's
they march through the streets with all those, like, are there chihuahuas? Are they crucified chihuahuas? And marching through the street?
You know what? That makes sense to me. I would crucify chihuahuas, too.
I don't know. There's some weird stuff.
Well, there's a whole sequence where they like have they depict like the Spanish Inquisition, but entirely with bearded dragons.
Isn't there like a conveyor belt, like a factory of like naked women with like painted asses, and they're like sitting like and like
yes, there is.
Are you describing a movie or a fever dream?
Both. Somewhere between. Like it's a movie, but it is also kind of a fever dream. But yeah, like just
it's considered like the weirdest movie
women
ever.
Just sitting on paintings as they come by on the conveyor belt, like putting their ass print on it, and then moves to the next chick, and then she puts her ass print on it.
Yeah, it's just ass on top of ass on top of ass. It's got layers.
It's like a very effective way to paint it.
It's not, but I mean,
what do the paintings look like?
Ass.
Do you think you can like tell like who each woman was by her ass print?
That'd be sophisticated.
That'd be so funny if people had to get into their apartment and then pull their pants down and like press their ass up against a big glass sensor or something.
Yeah, instead of a retinal scan, it's an ass scan.
No, don't you remember those toilets that could read your butthole?
Yeah,
that's true. We had a whole long conversation about that being on phones.
Butthole scanning toilets.
Yeah, one of our first Returnal streams, we talked at length about how that would be on cell phones at some point.
Yeah. I don't know. You got a unique rectal print, I guess.
Well, how could anyone else ever get into your phone, man?
Like jamming.
By like pushing you to the ground, pulling down your pants, and like rubbing your phone in your ass crack.
I feel like you'd be breaking a lot more laws than just theft at that point.
That's probably true. Dude, people are starting to rob people, like mug people in the street, like pull out a gun.
to.
Well, no, but
Alex,
no. You're not letting me finish what I'm saying. I'm only halfway through a statement.
Fucking utopia were you?
I'm only halfway through my statement.
I know, but the half doesn't make any sense so far. So I don't think
the context is in the second act.
What context? You give no context.
Wait for the third act. Fuck.
I'm impatient. This is a. We have short attention spans in this generation.
Okay. All right.
That's why it took Ulysses an hour to tell that story about Star Trek.
The new trend in people getting mugged is that people run up on you with a gun.
Yeah, they've been doing that for fucking ages.
They tell you to unlock your phone. They say unlock your phone now or I'll fucking shoot you, and then they can like get in your bank account.
Oh man, you pull your pants off and put your ass on your phone. Or I'll shoot you.
It's like you drop your pants right now and bend over.
Well, to be fair, they probably do that too.
That's probably true.
You gonna get one of those dogs next stage?
No, I'm not getting. No, that's it.
This dog is it?
No. Oh my god.
I think Sage is at the point now where he's not ready to admit that he wants another cat or dog. I would assume they're going to get some fish, and then it's going to get out of fucking control.
Ferrets and a lizard.
Yeah, he's going to get some obscure pets to justify.
Did you see when you just went Silent Hill with this shit? Did you see how the environment changed?
That's dope.
Cool.
Yeah, no,
he's one of those scissor ladies.
He's
nearby.
getting a bearded dragon.
Oh, the fuck
like,
I am
or
not.
like some hamster.
Rattlesnake.
Yeah, something. Ew, you gonna be a snake guy?
He's gonna be a
No.
snake guy.
Oh, you got like a python or something?
No, I don't want to get eaten.
It's gonna be like getting you sized. Like you're gonna be like, it loves me.
And
That's why it
snakes
stretches
don't
out.
love people.
No.
You're gonna have to sleep in your bed with this python next to you.
Yeah, until it's managed to like stretch itself far enough that it can consume you.
No, I don't.
Eats 2 fish called Shadow and Legend.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be good,
The
dude.
python's name is Raid.
Oh, Raid, Shadow, Legend.
No,
That's good stuff, Sage.
that's terrible stuff.
I'm
That's
ex-
horrible
You're gonna come
stuff.
over here one day, it's gonna be like a donkey outside.
God, Sage, you gotta slow down, man.
Really is turning into Noah's Ark around here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna come up and Sage is gonna have to make some awful pun to me. He'd be like, check out my ass.
I can unlock my phone with it. So this guy asked us to look for his lost dog, right?
Yeah, I think, was that it? What? His brother was crazy.
Okay.
Oh my
what
God.
the fuck?
あのガキが言ってた犬ってこのこと。
Dang. Oh God.
連れ戻しても酷だし解放してあげよう。
だな。
Oh,
This is strange.
yeah,
That's weird. So he keeps his brother as a pet?
I guess so.
That makes me uncomfortable.
You know, based on our progress today, I actually think we'll probably only be coming back to this one more week after. So,
Really?
yeah, I think we'll be done with it next week.
Nice.
That part of the open world though isn't that long.
Yeah, I mean, we're very much not trying to do collectible shit. Because, I mean, what's that?
Hey, these people in the chat, man,
Yes.
they want you to see, they want to watch you do some rote quotidian bullshit where you just pick up the same item like 35 times so that you can get a trophy.
I don't believe anyone really wants to see that.
That's exactly what they want. Dude, these people watch American Fiction.
What?
Oh,
Game reminds me of Bleach.
Like drinking bleach?
Anime or...
Oh, the anime,
Does it
right?
clean your clothes?
I forgot about that there was an anime called that.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I've never been a Bleach fan. So I do the potential references are lost on me.
God damn it, Sage. Why don't you do your research?
Well, I'm not watching. I don't want to watch Bleach
Why not?
Why not?
because I don't want to.
You don't even know if it's good, dude.
Yeah, you don't know anything about it.
I mean, it might be good, but it's just
See, so you should watch
it
it.
has no appeal to me.
What's unappealing about it?
It's not
It
a
looks
cat.
like generic anime. God, did you say it's not a cat?
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's not a dog either.
Yeah.
Ah.
We're gonna come by and Sage is gonna have like a sibling on a leash. Like, it's my dog.
あれよりマシだね。
At least there's no computer skill in this.
What kind of pet are you getting there, Sage? Fish?
None.
Rabbit?
None.
Rabbit?
None.
2 rabbits.
None.
Alligators.
0 of anything.
A horse.
No.
Pigeon.
Oh, you're gonna start raising pigeons like Mike Tyson did?
Guys, I'm not getting anything.
Gerbil.
The pigeons really make me feel important. I love pigeons.
Is that what he says?
What?
The next Tiger King? Oh, God.
Oh, you're getting tigers now.
They are cats.
Some exotic animals?
They are still cats.
You're gonna make such a good game, man.
I like my teeth, man.
You don't need teeth.
I kind of need teeth.
These dentures.
I don't want
Joe
to.
Exotic was pulling like dudes half his age with no teeth. I mean, he had like I think he had dentures.
They were half his age because they could get them because they had no teeth. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, they were there for the meth.
Well, yeah, that's definitely true.
See, you don't have to be gold to attract gold diggers, as long as they like drugs. And you have
Well, are they really gold diggers if they're there for the drugs? It seems like it'd be called a drug addict.
I don't know what the right word for that is.
I
but
think
they're
it's a drug addict. Yeah, or codependency, maybe.
Well, they're into you because you have drugs.
Right, so a drug addict.
Okay, but I mean that doesn't really imply like a relationship.
A codependent drug addict.
Okay, fair enough.
I need sleep. You guys take care of him during the stream.
Have a good night, Horton.
Hey,
Thanks for the
thank you
raid.
dropping in, Horton. It's good to see you, man.
Do appreciate it. And yeah, Evil Dead's coming out soon. Do coming out my back door. It's a real song.
Is it?
Yeah, we used to play it Pop Belly every day.
Yeah, we did.
Every day, dude.
Yeah, I don't even.
I was mad that they never added.
That they didn't add
They never added
twice
the
as many.
Gambler.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You never had what?
They never added the Gambler to the playlist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna do some Evil Dead streams,
Yeah,
Horton.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Man.
Can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. But no, I was always disappointed that they didn't add twice as many playings of Love Shack. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so funny to watch Juan get so pissed off at that song.
And I never used to care about that song, but now I love that song.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Just because we knew someone that
brought
hated
somebody
it,
pain.
and we hated that person. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
it's the
did.
same reason I like WAP now.
Oh yeah, just because Ben Shapiro was so upset by it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was great.
I'm just telling you guys that women, they cannot self-lubricate. Okay, that is a lie. And made up by big penis.
I'm just telling you guys that men can't have big penises, and I know because I'm a man. And I don't know.
God, I'd watch him say that next. The biggest thing was what he just like.
Well, I just need you guys to know that 3 inches is above average. And that's based on a statistical study of myself. We asked. One me.
Well, I do love all those fucking conservatives who are like, oh, we're real men, and they're like schlubby, fat, like soft-skinned looking losers.
Oh, I'm sure their dicks are all tiny too.
And then they you got that Tucker Carlson shit where he had that weird fucking video he put out.
About the ball tanning or whatever. Yeah.
And the M&Ms are fucking sexy enough.
Real men
Let's be
jerk off
sexy, man.
M&Ms.
You're very sexy. Let's fucking M&M, man.
How am I supposed to fuck these M&Ms?
Yeah, they're not sexy enough. I can't fuck them anymore.
Fuck these M&Ms. This fucking schlubby M&M just looks like she got home from like a shift out as a nurse wearing fucking shitty shit.
We can't fuck that M&M, man.
I can't high boots anymore.
Yeah, fuck that M&M. Why did you put some effort in?
You know, someday, like, we're gonna, like, there's gonna be, like, footage released of the inside of Tucker Carlson's house. And there's gonna be, like, these weird, crude drawings of, like,
Silicone
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Someday one of us is going to be trying to interview for a job and they're going to play a clip of us yelling about sexy M&Ms. But not be able to fuck it.
I can't fuck these M&Ms.
Well, then we can work for Fox News.
That's true.
That probably would get you the job.
Yeah.
That's what you should turn in as your resume.
Oh, did you see Chuck Todd basically got fired?
Did he?
Yeah.
I think MSNBC's just starting to go broke, and so they're starting to cut.
Well, that's good.
They're starting to cut some of the anchors that have the heftier contracts and replace them with people they pay nothing.
So, like, every business.
Because, like, Chuck Todd didn't get fired. They canceled his show and put him on the streaming service.
That's fired.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fired. I thought the streaming service was already gone.
Not the MSN.
They're weirdly hilarious. Ben Shapiro talks about Batman gets triggered because they made Catwoman black.
Like in a hate.
Catwoman is black.
Catwoman, well, not started, but Eartha Kitt, anyone? In the Adam West show?
In the Adam West show,
yeah. Catwoman was black.
Catwoman goes back a bit.
That's classic Catwoman is black Catwoman.
I hope we get a black Batman someday, just because I want.
That in the comics.
I mean,
I want to see him lose.
It's like it's one of Lucius Fox's sons.
A black woman playing a character that lives alone, is getting older, and only has cats is kind of cultural appropriation.
I mean,
that is some white woman shit.
That is true. That's pretty white.
But no, I could care.
And Zoe Kravitz was, I thought, really good.
I thought she did a really good job.
I thought, honestly, I think she's the best Selena Kyle.
Yeah,
I think Michelle Pfeiffer is the best Catwoman, but I think Zoe Kravitz was the best Selena Kyle.
Yeah,
by far.
I would say. I really enjoyed Catwoman.
I think she was actually kind of the heart of the movie, honestly.
And not once watching it. Actually, I didn't even really think about that now that she was a black Catwoman. I guess I never. Halle Berry played Catwoman. Yeah. Catwoman's been black a lot.
Yeah, that's very normal. That's incredibly normal.
I mean, Halle Berry sucks as Catwoman, but that doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't really. In that context, it doesn't mean anything because it's still something that's happened several times.
But I hadn't even.
And the Harley Quinn cartoon as well.
I hadn't even thought about the fact that Catwoman was black until...
Well, yeah, because normal people don't think about that.
That's weird.
They just, see the movie and go, oh, that was good, or oh, that was bad, and they don't...
I don't know, there's a lot of people these days who gotta flip out anytime anything like that changes.
I know.
I only ever care when it's like a specific historical figure. And then it's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I know the BBC had a show at one point where Julius Caesar was black, and I was like, well,
that's a little.
It doesn't really make sense to do that. Like he's a real person that we kind of know what he looks like.
In terms of fantasy, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I could care less about it.
Frankly, I'm always bothered that a lot of fantasy universes don't have black people.
I'm also just offended that when they
yeah,
cast Julius Caesar, they don't find somebody with a lumpy weird head.
It's a lumpy weird head appropriation.
Yeah, dude. Like, have you ever seen the sculptures of what they really think Julius Caesar looked like?
He does look weird.
He looks very strange.
Hey, that lumpy head built an empire.
It did. It did. Didn't hold him back at all.
Yeah, man. People with lumpy heads can have success in life.
Well, you just can't let him hold it back,
What is the point of doing these symbols?
It's just cleansing things.
No, I mean, what's the point of having the player do them?
Oh,
you can let it just do it automatically.
That's what I keep doing because I feel like it's not that interesting to do.
Cherry blossoms.
That's cool.
Nice.
More cherry blossoms. All right, well, it is 8:55. Ulysses, you asked if we could end a little early tonight. Were you thinking 9? Was that what you were thinking?
9 sounds good.
Okay. Well, I mean, we just did a mission. It's 5 minutes to. I think it's probably good as time as any to wrap up.
Makes sense to me.
All right.
And there's a few side missions kind of clustered around here. We'll start next time by eliminating those.
Sweet.
Me and Nadia will get all of the statues to upgrade our ammo capacity before we come back. And we also have a lot of skill points, which I'll probably... Let's see.
Yeah, you can probably just upgrade them now,
Yeah.
You need to get an infinite amount of the fucking thing. Yeah, as a black man, not much black fantasy yet. It's getting better, though.
Yeah. Witcher seems like it's pretty good about that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a random mix of people.
Yeah, I mean, the whole representation, it's only really recently become a priority for Hollywood, that's for sure.
Right. Only because they've decided there's money in it.
Right. I mean, Hollywood is incredibly hypocritical.
That's why a lot of the times it'll feel so cheap and just forced to, because it's just Hollywood being like, let's just force that in. Well, Black Panther was great because that was just truly an authentic.
That's actually
I
at Map
guess.
Edge. We're in the Matrix.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Oh, you're also dead.
We just can't get too close to it. But that is actually the edge of the map. So, at least, yeah. So we've actually pretty much recovered, I think, the majority of it. There's still like a little bit left, but we've actually opened up most of the map at this point.
Interesting.
Not a huge open world. Well, we had to prove it to Hollywood, though.
It's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Hollywood, like, there are a lot of people in Hollywood who straight up said that you couldn't have, like, an all-black cast in a movie.
Well, that's part of why
Well, they had-
Black Panther was supposed to. Well, if Kevin Feige had gotten his way, Black Panther would have been part of the initial like 6 run of movies that led to the first Avengers.
Sure.
But Ike Perlmutter, the guy that was
Well,
the
that
CEO
dude's
of Marvel, well, he said that black characters won't make money, and he said female characters won't make money. Obviously, that's been pretty heavily disproven at
that's
this point.
right.
seriously debunked.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, I mean, that's part of why there was also part of why there was so little crossover between like the Netflix like Daredevil like TV stuff and then the movies was because Ike Perlmutter still had control over those TV shows until the Disney Plus stuff started happening.
Right.
It would have been really interesting to see how different the MCU would be if we had seen kind of Kevin Feige's original vision there.
Yeah, if he just got to do whatever he wanted from day one. Well, I believe both Black Panther and Captain Marvel would have been in the first Avengers movie, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both of them. Captain Marvel was almost in Age of Ultron too, actually. She was. They were gonna straight up just at that last scene where it's like Falcon, Wanda, Vision, right? It's like a new Avengers team.
Yeah.
They're the Avengers team at the beginning of
would've
Civil
been
War.
Interesting.
Captain Marvel was just going to be in that shot at the end of the
okay.
movie. Although I do think that was probably smart to cut that because people would be like, "Who the fuck was that supposed to be?" It wouldn't have really made sense, but you know. But
I mean, it was, for a long time, like Hollywood refused to have a movie with an all-black cast that wasn't like a Tyler Perry movie. Like,
I don't like Captain Marvel. She's a hard character.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
she's been written. I think the problem with the Captain Marvel movie is that
they want her to be perfect.
all of her problems are external,
Mm-hmm.
right? All of her issues are external. It's only things that people do to her. There's never really something that she does wrong or that she
or a
you know,
personality,
yeah, she's kind of a
any
static
personality flaws that she has.
Which is too bad because I think Brie Larson's great casting too. I think that's a great casting
But it's so
choice.
weird to see her be so stone-faced.
Well, yeah, 'cause-
like I've never seen her.
Yeah, like you think of Brie
They don't
Larson
cover
and
anything at work,
Expressionless.
yeah, I think of Brie Larson. I think of like 21 Jump Street or Scott Pilgrim, and she's always very she's full of expressive emotive behavior. And it is weird that she's kind of.
Yeah, but
I liked her more in Endgame, where even though she was only in it brief, I think
Right,
she was better there than she was in her own movie.
That's part of the Marvel characters. They all got weaknesses.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Well,
Every
and
character should have flaws and weaknesses.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be-
I do feel
right.
like
I mean, any good character really it does. So
I do feel like that's one of the problems with like the way they're treating female leads in superhero movies, especially Captain Marvel, maybe more than any. Is it's like if she has like personal flaws, like people, there is a segment of the audience
she's more
who's
interesting that way.
more
Yeah.
interesting, but there is a segment of the audience that's going to be offended by
That's
almost
true.
any
Yeah.
personal flaw you put on.
That
You'd
is
be like,
true.
you don't think a woman could handle this pressure, or you don't think like a
that's
woman would
definitely
like people like
Well, it's the hyper woke people.
yeah. Well, but everybody
The thing
has
is, you can never
everybody,
satisfy everyone. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's always crazy.
Well, that's
people.
also
Right.
just
but
true,
everybody has flaws. It's what
Yeah.
makes people interesting. Like you,
Right.
like it's
You
like
can't create a Mary Sue.
like
you know?
Superman's
Right.
terrible if they don't focus on issues with his personality.
Right.
And Captain Marvel has the same problems because she's also basically invincible.
Imagine if Batman didn't have dead parents.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, it's like anytime you get a depiction of a character like that, and then it emits all those more interesting flawed aspects of the character, then a lot of people get the impression that that's just what that character's like. That's one of the reasons why Superman, I feel like, is just not part of like kind of mainstream pop culture in the way that he used to be. Is that we haven't gotten a good mainstream thing with Superman in it that actually tackles his personal problems or issues with him you know, I mean, like the Superman and Lois show is actually not bad about that, but like a big movie, you know.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah. Zack Snyder's Superman. That is one of a million problems in that movie, but that is definitely one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
But all right, well,
Oh,
Cool.
it's after 9 at this point. Well, King, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, hey, man.
Great
Thank you
stuff.
very
Seriously.
much. It's awesome.
I hope you have a good evening. Let me just check and see who's streaming. We could do a raid. That's the wrong app.
You gonna raise someone playing one of your favorite games?
Ulysses?
Okay, you know what you should do? You should rate a cat stream.
A what?
A cat stream.
A cat stream?
Yeah, there's got to be somebody on Twitch who's just like, got like a camera.
That is
up.
probably true.
Hot tub stream.
That probably does exist.
Say I just didn't like my idea of doing a combination cat stream and hot tub stream, where you put the cats in the hot tub.
Yeah, because Ulysses said I should grab my cat.
I didn't say that. I didn't
That's
say that at all.
exactly. You said you should. I asked you how you were going to keep them in there, and you said put a cover on it.
Yeah, put a net over it, like so they could still cling to it. They wouldn't be able to get out.
I don't.
I told Sage you shouldn't abuse the animals too. Just about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Say, come on, man.
You missed out, yeah.
If you're gonna get so many of them, you gotta take care of them. Yeah, you too.
Have a good night, King.
Yeah, have a good one, King.
Afternoon, too, and if you're still there. Horton, thank you for the raid. Have a good night, everybody.
What was that, some Horizon thing?
Yeah, man, I thought that game sucked. But it's what Chris is playing.
Cool.
Cool.
Is the stream still going, Sage?
No.
You sure?
Did I not end it?
It doesn't look like
It
it
doesn't
ended.
look like it.
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
God damn it, Sage.
Whoops. All right, well.